Oh, testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Can you hear me? Are we back? There we go. Okay, we are in the building. Technical difficulties. Oh my goodness. Haven't done a live for a couple of days and haven't been consistent for a very long time. And we come back with the technical difficulties, the TDs. Oh shit. We got Prodigal in the building. We got Martin in the building. What's going on? How are y'all doing? Now, this is what I find funny. My sub count's very low. But if you go over to YouTube right now and you type in boxing on the search and you go to live on your filter, what will you see underneath the list? A whole bunch of motherfuckers who are all doing the same topic today. But I put this up days ago to go live. See, these bigger channels, they copy me. And that's why I don't do a lot of lives. I was the first to do live blow by blows. You could go back and check the receipts before your favorite channel, Tony's Reviews, was doing it first. I was the first to keep track of predictions, right and wrong. You could go look at the receipts and see. I was doing it first. And just like today with this topic, there's a lot of channels fucking copying me. But anyways, I digress. We're going to drop the link. Anybody who wants to get on is more than welcome to get on. And the next time I do this live, I will be on camera. But right now, the camera is down. We just have our mic. We have the Day of Reckoning coming up. It is a big fight, huge fight. And a lot of lopsided fights, but it's a very good card. Now, there are some fights on this fight card that they didn't even advertise, that I didn't even know about. Frank Sanchez is going to be fighting on this card against Junior Fa. I had no idea. Caballero is going to be fighting Makhmudov. I had no idea. I didn't even know about these fights. I knew about Philip Hrgovic. He's going to be fighting that Odas Asi. But we're going to get into all the fights. We're going to do them in order, starting with Philippe Hrgovic and Mark DeMario. That's going to be the first fight up to discussion. So, for those who don't know, we have Mark DeMario. He is 41 years old. That's right. He's coming in at a young 41 years old. He's trim. He just got out of high school, just graduated from college, and he's ready to fight Philippe Hrgovic. His last fight was actually in 2023, believe it or not. And he actually won, believe it or not. But he fought a guy who was 16-20. Not a good sign. This is what we call a gimme fight. Hrgovic's last fight was this year as well. He beat McKean, Dempsey McKean, that is, and he also beat Zhilei Zhang before that, even though a lot of people say that he lost that fight. I personally thought Hrgovic won that fight. To me, Zhilei Zhang ran out of steam, and Hrgovic edged him towards the stretch of the fight. What's going on, AJ? How you doing? Let me know what you think about this fight card, and then we'll get into the first fight, which is Hrgovic and DeMario.
Hey, what up, Tony? What's cracking, bro?
Not much. You good?
Yeah. Going through some issues, but it's all good. I'm glad you went live. Need to decompress.
You good, though?
I'm getting there. Don't worry about me, bro. How you?
I'm doing well. Let my channel be a chiropractor and help you decompress. That's what we're gonna do for you right now. We got Prodigal in the building. He's a physical therapist, so he could definitely help you decompress as well. What's going on, Prodigal? How you doing?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on? But you didn't know about the other card, the fights on the card, Tony? I mean, it was pretty much stacked. I'm surprised. The other heavyweight bouts.
So I knew about Hervich, the old ass man that he's fighting. I knew about Bivol and Arthur, who Arthur came limping with a walker to the first press conference. I did not know about Junior Fa on there. I didn't know about Caballero on there. I didn't know about Frank Sanchez on there. So there was a couple of fights on here I didn't even know was on the fight because they didn't even announce it. Like they really didn't talk about it. Really, all you hear is Bivol, AJ Miller, and Deontay Wilder. That's it.
Speaking of which, for the Junior Fa Frank Sanchez fight, I got the perfect remedy for it. Check this out.
Melatonin.
Yep. I also was gonna get some NyQuil as well. So by far, that's probably gonna be the most boring fight in the card. But I got Frank winning it. But we'll get into that. But
Is Junior Fa, correct me if I'm wrong, is he the one who arguably beat Joseph Parker?
I thought he lost.
Oh no, I never even saw that fight. I figured it was a Parker win, but but he fought Parker, but he lost on points. But I actually never watched the fight. Believe it or not.
Yeah, I watched it.
Really? You thought he won, Tony?
Yeah, I thought it was a horrible fight. It was a atrocious fight. It hurt my eyes. My pillow was calling for me like that melatonin that AJ had. It was a very bad fight, but I thought Parker won it. And then you got to understand too, Junior Fa also got knocked out right after that by Lucas Brown.
I saw that. Yep, that was on the undercard of the Haney Kambosos rematch. I didn't see that happen because he just got starched by a guy right before that. I don't know who the guy was. I mean, but Brown was knocked out in the round by somebody else. So I figured,
Gerald Miller whooped that ass too.
Yep, same. So
Dillian White whooped him.
Yep. So the same that so the fact that he actually knocked out Fa, I'm like, oh, poor guy. I actually felt bad for him after that.
All right, so before we get into Junior Fa, let's go back. Reverse. All right, back to the beginning. Hrgović and what is his name? I said
Mario.
Yeah, Mario. I don't know. BoxRec says Maury, and the actual undercard says Mario. So I have no idea.
Mark DeMori. Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but back in 2016, this guy actually fought a past this prime shot to bits David Haye.
He did, yeah.
And he knocked him out in the round. So
David Haye, that was his return fight.
Yep. So based on that alone, by far the biggest mismatch of the card, probably the year. I'm surprised they could have done a lot better than this.
You know whatever. What? I know that fight. And now I know this guy.
You remember?
Spark his ass.
You remember? Yeah. That was him. That's the guy.
Knockout.
That's the dude.
The referee waved it off. The referee waved it off. But yeah, he starched him.
That's the dude. Same dude.
Oh no! You said 2016. Oh.
Yep. And I'm like, y'all couldn't do better than this. Like, no disrespect to the guy, but Mark DeMori is a guy who taught himself to box by watching YouTube videos. What does that tell you?
But I'm gonna be honest with you. To me, Hrgović has looked like ass. Against
absolutely 100%. His last two fights.
Yeah, he was losing that fight against Dempsey until he pulled out the TKO in the 12th round. He was losing, in my opinion. He looked horrible.
Now, as far as the Zhang fight goes, I saw that. I didn't score it, but based on what I saw, I thought Zhang won it. I mean, but I put that on the list of fights to rewatch and rescore, but he didn't look good. I mean, literally, he turned his back to Zhang 2 times and walked away. Yeah. He just didn't. His mind was somewhere else. He didn't seem like he wanted to be there. He wasn't focused on the task at hand. And I thought he was going to do a job on Zhang, if I'm being honest. I mean, but yeah. I mean, but I'm not the only one who thinks that the Hrgović lost, but I mean, but I got a mixed reception. Some people thought he won, some people thought he lost. But bottom line, he didn't look good. Then he goes in there with McKenna, actually makes that look a lot harder than it should have been, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Well, I had him down on my scorecard until the knockout, to the stoppage. As far as Zhang goes, I thought he nicked it because I thought Zilly Zhang ran out of steam, but early in that fight, he was getting mollywopped. Like he was.
Although he was
definitely
piecing up,
outclassed.
he was piecing up Hergovic, bro. He was
Yeah.
lighting his ass up with shit. I mean,
So-
he turned away. He turned his back, like I think twice, and it's like that wasn't a good sign. It's like, okay, dude, does he not want to be here or what? What's going on? I mean, I know that was after his father had passed away, but I just wondered, like, if he can get back to that old form that he used to have, like just being dominant. But it's like, I don't know. I mean, so by the way, he'll beat Demori. I mean, I'm surprised that that's even competitive.
Yeah, I agree with you. He'll definitely beat Demori. That's who I got. Who you got, Prodigal?
Prodigal.
Who do you got?
No, I got Philip as well. Definitely got Philip.
Philippe is the winner. You heard it.
I'd be surprised. I'd be surprised if it goes 4 rounds. If I'm being honest, it can go any longer than that.
I don't know. Hergovic has been looking bad. It might go 4 rounds. He's been looking real bad. But just like the ringside judges, you hear it here, the 3 on the panel. Hergovic is gonna win that fight. Demori, he ain't got no chance. But if he wins, it would be hilarious.
Oh, bro, that'd be.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine if all the fucking cherries on this win?
Oh my God, man. That
Metro would be done.
Yeah, like I mean, yeah, I just, oh man, that's like that tops like honestly, you could pick any one. Like if the Cherries win, you could pick any one of these fights for upset of the year. You could pick any one.
Like that would be horrible. We got Demari beating Hergovic, Fa beating Sanchez, Caballero beating Makhmudov. We'll have Zuro
beating John Pataya. Arthur beating Bivol.
Yeah, I don't know which one would be worse though, Miller or Dubois. I don't know who the underdog is for that because I mean Miller's still undefeated. Dubois fought the harder competition, but I really don't know which one would be the upset. I guess if Miller won, it would be the upset. I don't know. But then you have Arthur beating Bivol, Parker beating Wilder, and Wallen beating Joshua. Oh my goodness. That would be the most hilarious thing I've ever seen in my life. Mark Anthony in the building. We are live. Welcome. All right, moving on to the next fight. We're going back to Junior Fa, who we was talking about earlier, against Frank Sanchez.
I got Frank on a very boring decision.
What you got, Prodigal?
I don't know. Ah, man, that's hard. I'm gonna say Frank as well because
Really?
he's on form. No, because I'm just like reflecting on the Junior Fa Joseph Parker fight, and if there's anything left from that, maybe he could do something.
Yeah, I've got Frank Sanchez as well. I think Sanchez has been in with the better opposition and came out on top against the better opposition. You got to remember, he gave Ajagba his first loss.
Mm-hmm.
Then he fought, whose name's come up a lot, Christian Hammer. You know, everybody's talked about Christian Hammer for years because of Fury, Wilder, Joshua, people trashing Christian Hammer. But I'm trying to think who else. Who else did he beat that would have been notable? Really, just Christian Hammer and Ajagba are the only 2 names I can think of.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I think there might be somebody else. I'm not too sure though. Hold on, let me take a look at his resume. Give me a sec.
Would it be? I think he beat Carlos Negron as well. I think.
Yeah, he did. He beat Carlos Negron, and that's pretty much it. Honestly, that's it.
Yeah, and then Junior Fa, he has beat nobody. He's just been in the ring with people that have beat him.
And the guys he stepped up to, he lost.
Which would have been Lucas Brown and
Joseph Parker. That's
yep.
it.
So I agree with y'all. I think Sanchez definitely is going to walk away with the win. I think he's going to be too technical. I think he's going to fight off the back foot with the Cuban style, look to counterpunch him. And I just think Junior Fa is going to be too slow to get out of the punches.
He's just going to be a step behind. He's going to be a step behind everything Sanchez does, honestly. So, I think I see him.
Electro Jed's in the building. I like Electro Jed.
Oh, what up? A long time no see, man. What's going on?
I'll let him on the panel if he wants to hop on. Electro Jed, man, this is other panel I go to from time to time just because they've got trolls over there that are like shutting down called Mad Chad Tavern. I don't know if you ever heard of it. There's a lot of racist motherfuckers over there too. But
I try to avoid all that shit if I can.
Yeah. But there's a couple of people I can't fucking stand, and I just get on to shut them down and shut them up. and it's funny. But anyways, I mentioned that because Electro Jed, he got pissed off by this one dude on the panel, and the dude was talking all this shit, and Jed was like, "You know what? I'm gonna drive to your house right now. Give me your address." And then the dude disappeared for like 3 days.
That's the approach I'm gonna start taking. Cause I've dealt with my fair share too. Another chat is like, okay, what do you? I'm just feeling okay. Where you live? What's your address? I'm about to be seriously. I got nothing else better to do. I mean, if you in the state, I'll drive to your house and I'll even fucking fly, go on vacation. You know, the hell I got to lose. I ain't got nothing going on.
Okay,
But
so let's go to the next fight.
Next fight,
We got Kabayel versus Makhmudov. Who y'all got? This one's hard.
I have a confession. I've never actually seen that Kabayel fight before, but from what I've been told, he's a very slick boxer and a good mover, and he has one decent win on his resume, and that's against Derek Chisora, which is the same much because honestly, who hasn't beaten him at this stage? But no offense to Del Boy, but Makhmudov. Say again, Tony.
I was just saying, Derek.
I'm coming for you. but Makhmudov, I have seen fight. I've seen several of his fights. Early KOs. The dude's a monster. I mean, and it's funny because Carlos Takam made him actually look human and kind of exposed him a bit, which I found laughable. But based on what I'm going, I guess I'll go with Makhmudov by KO. I suppose. How about you?
Who you got? I'll go last.
Definitely
who you got? Thumbs up.
I got the Lion. Got the Lion.
The Lion.
Okay,
Makhmudov looks like a James Bond villain.
He does.
I mean, he's got. I mean, the eyebrows and the face. It's like, bro, I guess he looks like just the last part, like kind of like.
And he's Russian.
Yeah, kind of like in Spectre.
He's like similar to Beterbiev. I think he's just like a bigger version.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that comparison? He also fights out of Canada.
Wow. Yeah. They're from like the same region in Russia. Like they're both like Russian Muslims.
Yep. But the thing about him though is people don't realize he's actually old. He's already 34 years old, and he really that's coming on.
Me. I know. I looked that up, and it's like, well, he's already 35. I figured he was like in his late 20s or something.
Nah, that man already 34 years old. But I mean, at least in the heavyweights, they seem to have more longevity. They can fight a lot later.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, that's true. So I mean, but he better get a move on and challenge for a title or some shit.
Well, he got to get through Kabayel. I will say this. Kabayel, he is very slick and he does have power. Now, I wouldn't say he's a one-punch knockout artist, but he can knock you out. In fact, I think, I don't remember. I want to say he's coming off of 2 knockout wins in his last 2 fights. So the dude can definitely hit. He can thump, but he's slick. And Makhmudov, he's more of a comfort, pressure. He's not the cleanest with the jabs, the straights. He kind of like just bullies you, so to say, and that's how he stops you. So it's going to be interesting.
It seems like what's funny is like it could be interesting because I could honestly see probably Kabayel maybe outboxing him because Carlos Takam, look what he did. You know what I'm saying? He was making him look silly in there, and it just proved how one-dimensional Makhmudov really is when it comes down to it. Mm-hmm. He's very simple, and he kept doing the same shit over and over again. While Carlos was kind of able to expose that, and he was adjusting, moving, jabbing, stuff like that. So anybody with you put him in there with a decent boxer, he could. It's going to be a long night. So that's why I see it being interesting. I mean, still, I'm going with Makhmudov to win, regardless. But I mean, it's a fight that Kabayel can win, I believe. Yeah,
I believe Kabayel has a chance. I believe out of the cards that we mentioned, this is the most closest to 50-50 that there is.
Both undefeated as well. So
I got to go with the Lion as well. But again, I would not be surprised if. Yeah.
By the way, Tony, you're right. Kabayel has 2. He's coming off of 2 knockout wins, but the guy's been horribly inactive. I mean, ever since 2017, he's fought once a year.
Well, we're gonna get into that with Deontay Wilder later on.
Yeah, but either way, yeah. So.
Okay, so then I believe looking at this fight card, the next fight should be Opetaia and Zorro.
All right, so I've never heard of El Zorro before this fight. I still don't know who he is now. Based on the research I've done, I haven't seen him fight, but based on people who have talked about him, no one rates this guy at all. Like, I mean, everybody's saying this should be a pretty easy out for Jao Pataya. And the IBF belt is not on the line. El Pataya vacated it. I understand, I guess. I don't know why they just could have just made this a non-title bout and had him hang on to the IBF belt. But IBF is going IBF nowadays, so it is what it is. But El Pataya for me by stoppage, probably before the midway point.
What you got, Prodigal?
Yeah, same El Pataya. I think because his last fight was a voluntary defense because it was supposed to be the Briedis fight, but Briedis got injured, I guess. But now he went for the money instead of like keeping the title.
I mean, the thing was like Briedis, like he said that, like from what I read, Briedis said that he was okay with him taking this fight. Like he was cool with it because I guess he still needs time to recover, whatever else. But bottom line of Briedis is okay with it. Why the IBF being so difficult? If Briedis is okay
as you
with
said, the IBF is doing IBF things. I mean, they technically just did the same thing to Bud. So
pretty much, yeah. Because I think in the rules, like, we don't allow 2 voluntary defenses in a row. But bottom line, like Briedis is saying, okay, it's cool if he does it again. So just grant him this exception just once. Then like say, okay, you have to fight a mandatory after this next. You can't have any more voluntaries. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a way to work shit out.
Well, I don't think he wanted to fight Briedis again. I'm gonna be honest with you because Briedis is about to fight for that title. And that was a close fight.
It was, but I this time I think Jao get him. Honestly, Briedis is older. Jao looked great in his last fight. I mean, it was close. It was. But I think Jao will win again if they fought in a rematch. Honestly,
I don't know, man. I don't know, man. I don't think Briedis was taking it as seriously as he should because he was over there chasing Jake Paul and doing all that bullshit, dressing up like Mario and all the other bullshit he was doing.
That's why I feel bad when he lost. Honestly, when he
I think you good. Hop on when you want to. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know if he was truly tightened down for that fight. I still think he's a top cruiserweight. So
but now he's older.
Briedis lost. I had him ranked number 1.
So I mean, so like if they rematch next, you still give Briedis a chance, despite the fact that he's older.
We'll have to see how he looks in his fight for the title. If he comes out on top, then I don't know. I might go with the fucking because I don't mind going with the underdog. I'll pick an underdog and get it either really right or really fucking wrong. I don't know. I'm feeling like Briedis to me look like he got a different type of fire lit underneath him. Like, because you got to understand, the only person that ever beat him was Usyk. And then other than that, he's dominated every fucking body. So
that's true. Yeah, you're right. That's true. He only had, he has 2 losses now that he lost to Jao.
Yeah. El Pataya beat him. But I'm talking about before El Pataya fought him, he had only lost to Usyk.
And he gave Usyk a good fight. That was a good fight.
And it's one of the things where you remain on top for so fucking long, that fire, that hunger kind of dies down. And them silk sheets feel kind of nice. You start getting out of bed a little bit later. So, again, he was doing all that chasing the Jake Paul, trying to fight him. I don't think he was training the same. He may have been. I could be wrong. But I honestly might favor him in the rematch.
Okay, we'll bet on it when it happens. Anyway, next.
We about to lose some eyebrows.
Let me ask Prodigal, what you think? You think Briedis could be in a rematch? Briedis will beat Jai? Who you think will win a rematch?
It all depends on how he shows up. I do like Briedis a lot. Like he's like one of the premier cruiserweights. But I don't know. Like I guess like you said, El Pataya is fresher, and he's been looking a lot more devastating lately.
Yeah.
So that might kind of sway my opinion to him. But again, it could also just be like I said. He fights to a level, right? We haven't really seen too much of like what he is per se. We've seen that he's like levels above, a couple other people in the division, but I don't know. Like there's still like question marks around him, whereas Briedis is like pretty much proven already.
Mm-hmm. Got you.
All right. So the next fight, we got Cheeseburger versus the Quitter. Who y'all got and why?
I got the Cheeseburger. I think that just comparing styles, I think Miller's style might be a little too much for Dubois. Like the best chance I give Dubois winning is if he can get him early. If he can't do that, then he's going to get overwhelmed, and he may quit again. Because Gerard, I mean, if he can keep up his work rate and not stop punching, that I don't really see what Dubois can do to really just counter that, or really avoid that or anything. So I mean, I give him the help early on, give him a chance to land a Hail Mary, maybe stun, Cheeseburger, hurt him. But other than that, I think he's going to get overwhelmed and probably stopped. I mean, but I do want Daniel to win because Gerard, he talked way too damn much.
You know what, man? I'm gonna say this right now, man. Fuck you, AJ. Hell no, I don't want no fucking Triple D to win. New York in the building. We got steroids in the building. PEDs on PEDs on PEDs. I don't give a fuck because he's from New York. It never fucking happened. If Conor Big can eat fucking eggs all day, the shit. I don't give a fuck.
Hold up. Hey, fuck you, Tony. I said I'm picking Cheeseburger to win still.
Yeah, I know, but you said you want Triple D to win.
But I ain't picking him, so.
All right, Prodigal, you live in New York. Who you picking?
Definitely go with Cheeseburger. The funny thing is, this is kind of Cheeseburger like redemption arc in the sense that he could look at Daniel Dubois as like a 99-cent store age like Anthony Joshua. So that might kind of spur him on a little bit.
Yep. They are kind of similar.
Yeah. Really? I mean, like I don't see it honestly. I never have.
Like that's what they were trying to build. Like that was like.
I mean, that's what Frank Warren was trying to do.
Yeah, that was Frank Warren's like Anthony Joshua is Daniel Dubois. So it's like he's a poor man's Anthony Joshua. So
I mean, the guy's nothing like AJ. Weaker chin. He's quit twice. I really don't see the similar. I know he's trying to market
size. They're just like similar. They have similar dimensions and size, I guess.
Yeah, but he's talking about size, weight, strength, power.
I mean, it's just that I've heard the comparisons over the years by just critics. They're saying like they fight the same. It's like no, they don't. What the hell are people talking about? I mean, but
it's more about how they impose themselves on the fighter. Like how when Triple D was coming out fighting the lesser opposition, he was imposing his will like AJ did when he was coming up before he lost to Ruiz in the first fight.
Right.
So that's where the comparison's being made. But I also got Cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? I don't even care. Even if I thought Miller was going to lose, I'm still going to ride with him to the very end because he's from New York. I'm from New York. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have New York up in the building. We're going to be eating cheeseburgers all day long. And maybe a couple of cheeseburgers on me. So we got Big Baby, the real, fuck Jared Anderson, the real Big Baby, Gerald Miller. He's going to do it. He's going to come back. He's going to get a big payday, pay off Jay Prince, and then he's going to go for Wilder or AJ next. You know what I'm saying? It's just a question of, go ahead.
They should have put Jared Anderson on his card against like one of the other, against I say like him, either Andy Ruiz against Philip Hergovic. That wouldn't have been bad.
Or you could have put Ruiz against Anderson.
Yeah, either or just added that. Yeah, for real. I mean, but
that would have been an extra additive right there. That would have been a really good card. But yeah, I got Cheeseburger. I think same thing. He's just going to overwhelm him. I don't think Triple D is going to be able to stop him with one punch. Miller's too big. He's 340 pounds. He's just going to walk through him. And Triple D is going to do what Triple D does, and he's going to bend at the knee and quit. He's just going to give up. Because once a quitter, always a quitter. I said it the first time when he fought Joe Joyce, and lo and behold, when he fought Usyk, he quit again. And he's going to quit this time, too. 3 times you're out. This is his last fight.
One thing I like, though, in the Usyk fight that I noticed is Daniel's footwork. It was a little better than it usually is.
Was it? Or is Usyk just highly overrated?
What?
I think he's overrated. I think he's highly overrated.
I pretend you didn't say that.
No, I'm going to say it. I'm going to tell you why, AJ. Everybody, I understand that you and AJ share the same name, but that's why he's overrated, because of the AJ performance. But if you really look at him at heavyweight, he hasn't had the best of performances.
He lost the AJ performances. I mean, he schooled AJ in the first fight.
But listen to me, though, AJ. Listen to me, though. He beat Chaz Witherspoon, who was selling used cars and hot dogs.
Who was the late replacement?
Right. Continue. So he beat him. But then whenever he got in there with Chisora, he arguably lost the first 4 rounds in a row. And he went life or death with Chisora.
Okay, yeah, I do agree with that. Chisora
he got off
He outboxed Chisora and won the rest of the fight pretty comfortably.
I got you, but Chisora's MO's always been he gasses out pretty quickly. What's going on, Lisa Bells? You're more than welcome to jump on the panel if you want to. So then he has 2 impressive performances against AJ, correct?
Correct.
But then he gets in there with Daniel Dubois, Triple D, who's not known for his great footwork. You just said his footwork looked great against Usyk, and now many people believe that Usyk actually got knocked out. I believe it was a low blow, but there's many people that'll argue that Triple D got robbed in that fight.
I said that his footwork is a little better than what we normally pick. It's not like he was alone.
Stand by your words.
None of that crap.
Stand by your words. Stand by your words, AJ. Stand by your words.
What?
I said stand by your words.
I am. I mean, I'm just saying it was a little better than what I'm used to seeing. Not enough to beat Usyk, of course. Usyk still outclassed him in every way. I mean, but I'm just saying. I mean, I just said that to say this. Like maybe he could draw on that to kind of not saying he's going to beat Miller, but maybe he could kind of draw on that to maybe get an advantage. Maybe just move around a little bit and kind of like maybe tire him out and just throw counters. Try to outbox him. I mean, I know he's not a boxer per se, but that's the only way I see. That's the only chance I see him kind of like maybe winning. Maybe. So.
When you got 2 massive men in there is no outboxing. Like they fill up so much of the.
What would you say is the better technical fighter of the two, though, Dubois or Miller?
Oh, Dubois all day.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Dubois. That's what I'm saying. He's better technically. So draw on that. You know what I mean?
But the thing about it is, when you have 2 massive men like that, I mean, one guy's going to be 340. The other guy, I said overrated, Mark, not underrated. I said overrated at heavyweight. I think he's overrated. I think he's going to show in the Fury fight. I think people are going to be extremely disappointed in Usyk when he gets completely demolished. But here's the thing. Daniel Dubois, better footwork, but what I was saying was one is 340, the other one's going to be around 250-ish, high 240s, low 250s. So you got 2 massive dudes. And when one steps, the other one steps, and they're already colliding. One's 6'4", the other one's 6'5". So it's very hard to be like fancy with 2 massive men in there. And I just think Miller's going to do what Miller does, do that high guard, get chest to chest with him, push his ass against the rope, and just overwhelm him. He's just going to keep throwing shots. And unless Triple D can knock him out, like one shot him, it really hurt him, I don't think he stands a chance. This is his only hope. He's got to be able to hurt Miller. If he can't hurt Miller, he's just going to get wailed on all night.
Yeah, going to get overwhelmed. That's how I see it going, if I'm being honest.
All right, so let's go
around. I'm just saying those are the things that Daniel could do to maybe win, but I still don't see him winning. I mean, I still think, big baby cheese is going to get him. Big baby cheeseburger. All right, AJ. So one more time for the panel. You got who? Miller? What? I got Miller. All right,
Miller.
There it is. I got Miller too all day because it's New York in the building, and we're going to go with New York. We're going to ride with New York to the very end. All right, moving on to the next fight. I don't know what the final fight's going to be. They have not told us. I don't know if it's going to be Deontay Wilder or Anthony Joshua. They say they flipped a coin. It's going to be Anthony Joshua, I think. They said, AJ said he had to flip a coin, and they're not telling who won the coin toss. Oh, no shit. What's going on, Champ Ross? Yeah, like you didn't see the interview where they said whoever walks out last is whoever won the coin toss? No, I didn't see that. That was today? Nah, this was like yesterday or the day before yesterday. AJ did an interview with I don't know his name. Who's the British black dude that's on the zone a lot now? Ade. Yeah, he does the face-offs. He said to him that they did a coin toss for who walks out first. Well, I guess Deontay's ego hurts that much, huh? or AJ's, I don't know.
By the way, is Deontay a Frank Warren fighter now?
No. He's a free agent. He's free, yeah. He's not with
Okay. I just asked that question because that zombie commercial, he was like chilling with him.
I don't know. Yeah, like he was in the passenger seat while Wilder was driving. You noticed that Wilder had the most airtime in that commercial too? Did he? Yeah. I didn't know. I mean, I didn't notice he signed to Queensbury, but at this stage. No. What I'm saying is in the Day of Reckoning commercial, did you see it? It was the zombie one? Yeah. I did. I really didn't notice. I mean, I'll watch it again. I mean, but watch it again because Wilder's all through it driving the van. Like they show him multiple times. Yeah, you're right. Okay. Okay. I'll see it again, but yeah, I remember. Yeah. I don't think they really showed much of anybody else. But I thought it was kind of cool. It was kind of like a Resident Evil type shit. Yeah,
boxers. I got those vibes.
but I'm gonna tell you, God's honest truth. The best promo trailer I've ever seen in my life was Ngannou versus Fury. That was the most fireest promo trailer I've ever seen.
That was pretty cool. That was good. I like that too. I like the trailer. If I'm being honest. I mean, I said, after I watched it, I said, too bad this fight is a joke. But
It wasn't a joke though, was it?
No, but it wasn't. It wasn't. That's what it wasn't even a joke. I mean, I wish they can go all out for big. Like just imagine if they went out like that for Crawford Spence, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But I mean, they might because I didn't think it was gonna happen, but it happened. Like fucking Amazon Prime, they got PBC now.
Yep, they sure did.
Don't they have like two deals? They got Amazon and something else, don't they?
I don't know. I just heard about the Amazon Prime.
Question is, how long is it gonna last? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. I mean, if they make the money back.
The funny thing is, Amazon has been like streaming boxing fights for a while now because they did Triple G and Inoue in Japan. So the Japanese use it for boxing.
I mean, what's funny is like they I think they aired did they air those for Japan itself? Or because I hear in the States they aired I watched those through ESPN and DAZN. I mean, but I think I think Prime they aired it for the Japanese audience, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I switched since I have my VPN. I just switched my Amazon account to Japanese Prime and then watched it.
I gotta start doing that shit. I really that shit. I always be forgetting though.
Yeah, man. I mean, even for like Netflix and everything, just change your VPN. You get all the shows you could ever think of.
I actually do that for a lot of
I need to do that. I didn't think about that at all. You get a lot of boxing,
or you could move to Panama for boxing because every pay-per-view fight in Panama they play for free. Like the government has a system where they just play every pay-per-view boxing match for free.
Shit.
The more you know, the more you know.
Bible said I do that for a lot of Sky Sports cards. I just switch my VPN to the UK setting. Then I can watch shit on YouTube that I can't. They block out here. Full fights. So yeah.
But speaking of Amazon, is it Amazon Prime? I think it is. Reacher. That's on Amazon Prime, right?
Yeah. Started a new season.
I watched the first 3 episodes. This was
likewise.
I like it.
I didn't yet. I have to wait till it builds up a bit because I got the Netflix. I got the Netflix pattern down, so I got to wait just a little bit. Yeah,
so you can binge watch more. I got you.
Yes, sir. By the way, season 3 on the way. They renewed it before season 2 started. So
that's great because it's a good show.
Very. They could play the role for you. I can see like 5-6 seasons. Honestly, like hands down, they could do it with that guy.
The funny thing is, I just remember my man from Blue Mountain State, so it's just hilarious to see him now.
No, I never saw that, but he had another show. I don't remember the name of it. It was like a sci-fi show where he was like driving cars.
You're talking about the main guy? The main guy who plays Richard?
Yeah, the main guy. It was like some car show.
What's his name? Alan Richardson, right? That's the guy's name, I think.
I don't know, actually.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's his name.
It is. By the way, did y'all know he was Raphael in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movies? The recent ones?
Yeah.
What? No.
That's what I'm saying. He used to play a lot of like comedy roles.
He was the ones with Megan Fox and all that?
Yeah. He played more comedy roles before that.
I thought you meant like the old ones.
No. The ones that came out like 2014.
The steroid turtles.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's cool because Raphael was always my favorite Ninja Turtle. So, I like that.
I like the Leonardo. So was Leonardo's the leader, right?
Yeah, he's the blue one.
Yeah, it came down to him or Raphael, either or for me. So
listen, nothing beats the episode of Power Rangers when the Turtles was there. That was crazy. That crossover.
What? For real?
Yes.
I never saw that.
Oh man, that was like the best crossover like for a series ever. What he did Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers. It's crazy.
Oh shit! I gotta look that up.
All right, so let's get back to the boxing. So we're gonna say Deontay Wilder comes out co-main. All right, we don't know, but we're gonna assume.
So far, schedule. I just looked up the schedule. He's co-main still, so who knows? But yeah, we'll just go with that.
Yeah, and plus they did their live workout today. Their open sparring or open workout.
You told me we're forgetting Bivol and Arthur. Want to go into that?
Oh, I did forget. Bevo, I know I don't even care about that fight. Look, let me tell you why. Whenever Arthur went to the first press conference and this motherfucker was limping like he was a damn war veteran from Afghanistan, blown up, like I was like, yo, this dude stands no chance.
Okay, pretty much. I agree, more or less. I see it as a mismatch. I think Bevo might stop him actually. So, but yeah, I mean, I got Bevo winning point stoppage, whatever. I don't really think it's good. I'd be surprised if it's actually competitive again. So,
Well, the guys only got one leg.
Yeah, I think so too. I second that.
I mean, my bad, probably sorry to cut you off, but I remember like didn't his team say not that long ago they didn't want to take that fight against Bevo?
I'm not sure.
I could have sworn they said. I mean, like his team said they came out and said that they didn't want the fight or whatever. Like I guess his trainer Pat Barry said, "Oh yeah, he needs more development," but then they take it. Okay, but all right, whatever. It is what it is. I guess what the Saudis are paying, they couldn't say no.
The moderators in the building.
They're
yeah, I guess
probably looking to cash him out at this point. I mean, because where does he realistically go in this division? Like, I mean, he's a big dude. He could probably move up to cruiserweight, but everything else, he can't really do anything in this division because he's never going to get Beterbiev. So this is his best shot at a legitimate world title.
You talk about Arthur, right?
No, Lyndon Arthur. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Got you. Never really rated him, if I'm being honest. I mean, I was actually surprised he beat Anthony Yard the first time. I expect Yard to win that fight.
Yeah,
but then he actually got demolished in a rematch, and it's like, what the hell? Why did he do this the first time?
Well, he embarrassed Anthony Yard in the first fight by outboxing him, and then he got embarrassed.
He won that fight he won the first fight with a jab, literally.
I know. Yeah, and then he got stopped in the fourth round in the second fight, which makes no fucking sense.
Yard just blew him. He walked right through him, pretty much. And I'm like, why didn't you just do that the first time if it was that simple? But I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. So,
but yeah, it's a gimme fight. That's not a 50-50 fight. It's a 90-10 fight at best. And like I said, whenever I seen Arthur limping, I was like, yeah, this dude gonna lose. He's only got one leg. You can't get in there with one leg.
Question: is the IBO title at stake?
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, potentially, quote unquote.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know.
I was about to say, because that could be Bevo's second belt, quote unquote. Not really, but
unification.
So I mean, it could unify. Well, like if he finally gets to Beterbiev fight, then
he actually came out and said that he signed a 2-fight deal with the Saudis. He said if he wins this fight, then hopefully the Beterbiev fight is next. He'll do that one.
Who said that?
Bevo said that.
Bevo don't want that fight. He's been dugging him for years.
No, maybe, but he said that. I think today I read a report. He said he's got a 2-fight deal with the Saudis, and he said this fight, then the Beterbiev fight next.
You know why he did that? Because he knows Beterbiev's about to lose to Callum Smith. Like it's time, man. The dude's too old.
We'll see, man. Power's the last thing to go, so we don't have to see.
Yeah, it is the last thing to go, but speed and agility is the first thing to go. And when you're fighting a guy who's a lot taller than you, you're gonna need that speed to cut the ring.
But Callum himself is not necessarily like all that crafty because he was having John Ryder problems. I mean, clearly Canelo problems. So, and I mean, Beterbiev is bigger than both of those guys, but I mean,
bigger puncher too.
He's a bigger puncher, and he could like just push him back. The only thing Callum has is just like really the reach. I mean, he has pop too, but his pop is now kind of questionable. Well, I mean, I guess at 68 it was, but now at 75, he seems like he's knocking people over. So who knows?
He's got scary power at 175, and it's kind of like the Devin Haney effect. Devin Haney at 135 had pillows for fists. You see him at 140, Regis was all lumped up. And it could have been the weight drain. Like Callum could have been losing way too much weight because he says when he gets in the ring,
that's what I thought.
He's over 200 pounds.
That's what I thought when it was the Callum. I mean, in regards to Callum.
Yeah, he's pretty much like a cruiserweight in there.
Yeah.
I mean, see, that's what I'm saying. It's like, why are these guys fighting at 168 if they're technically cruiserweights? I mean,
it's just because they be weight bullies and stuff like that.
Yeah. Everybody wants the weight advantage. That's why the art of the short fighter has been lost because everybody is tall for their division. Like, you got guys at 126 pounds that are 5'9". Like, that makes no fucking sense.
Fedora being 6'6" at 154.
His ass better go up to middleweight or super middle after that.
I don't know. Is he even signed up to fight again?
Ever since the KO lost to Mendoza, I thought he was going to get a rematch, but that didn't happen because he fought Tim Tszyu. I'm not sure what's going on with him now, honestly.
I haven't heard nothing about him getting a fight again. And in that fight, he quit. He gave up. He hurt my soul. I was like, yo, this creative character right here just gave up. Like, he gave up like Ryan gave up. He was looking at the ref, conscious, everything could have got up. He was like, nah, I'm fucking, I'm going to just stay down her. That's what he said.
Well, maybe. I mean, I thought he probably wanted to, but couldn't, because he took one. Okay, and then take two more for your troubles.
I don't know, man. I just saw him give up. And I don't have faith in people who give up. As high as I was on him because he would look so good in close range, close proximity, which you don't see with tall fighters. But after seeing him get put down and his refusal to try to get back up, I don't have any faith in a fighter like that. Like, you got to have heart. That's got to go with it. If you ain't got heart, you ain't going to last.
No, I mean, he could always redeem himself. He's going to really have to now. I mean, but the thing is, like, what had me, the thing about Fedor that makes me so just annoyed about him is like the way he fights. I mean, this guy's a literal cheat code. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah. and just him choosing to go toe to toe. I mean, he should have got a wake up call in the Lubin fight when he got dropped. And I'm like, bro, start using your reach and your attributes, man. It's like, but no, he didn't, and he got knocked out.
I'm gonna tell you something. There is no redemption for a quitter, in my opinion. Once a quitter, always a quitter.
Roberto Duran quit, and he redeemed himself.
Who's that?
Roberto Duran quit, and he redeemed himself. Did he not? Yeah,
You gonna pick another outlier outside of him.
Let me see. Quit and redeemed themselves. I heard a story that Larry Holmes quit.
The only way you can redeem yourself in my eyes is if you go fight a fucking lion, butt ass naked with no weapons, and come out unscathed and alive. That's the only way I will say, okay, this person's no longer a quitter. If you go fight a fucking Kodiak bear, barehanded in the woods, then I'll say you're not a quitter. Other than that, you're going to be a quitter for the rest of your life, in my eyes. Once a quitter, always a quitter.
So what would Sebastian Fedor have to do in your eyes to redeem himself?
Go fight a lion.
Such as? Would he have to go up a weight class? Or
such as a motherfucking lion in the savannas of Africa. Go on a safari.
You know what? I say like, if he fought Tim Tszyu and won, then he's redeemed himself. But that won't happen.
But even if he won, my thing is this, AJ, a quitter can always win. But when a quitter gets put with their backs against the ropes or back into the corner, they're always going to quit. That's how I told you. I told you a long time ago when Triple D quit against Joe Joyce, he was going to do it again. And what did he do?
And it was worse the second time, if I'm being honest. I mean, because the first time, because that was due to an orbital fracture in the Joyce fight. So that I get. I mean, but this time that didn't happen. And in the Usyk fight, you just got hit with a jab and just decided you don't want no more. Took a knee and already said, I'm done. So
that's it. Over. So again, if you don't fight a fucking lion, and I'm talking about a four-legged one with fur, then you're a quitter in my eyes from then on.
So people got to become Craven the Hunter then.
Exactly. There you go, Craven the Hunter. And that movie's coming out soon too.
Yeah, the kid stars the kick-ass guy.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah. He's Craven, yeah.
But let's get into the co-main. Let's get back over to it because we already know who's going to win the Beaver fight. By the way, guys, smash the thumbs up if you haven't done it yet. YouTube be lying about my numbers. So just so y'all know, to give you a prime example, my Shadeja Green franchise cruise video up till earlier today only had 20 views, and out of nowhere, I went over to like 2.6K views.
Jesus.
Tell me how that happened.
Wow.
Yeah, all these days later, I finally get 2.6K. Nah, that shit was always up there. But anyways, here we go. Bomb Squad versus Joseph Parker. AJ, how do you see it?
Y'all go first. I gotta hit the hay right quick. The restroom. I'm gonna go after y'all.
All right, Prodigal, go ahead.
So I was listening to Sporting Icons earlier. The thing with Wilder, right? I mean, you say you were going to get into it with the layoff. So I don't think the layoff is going to affect him because clearly he's not like the type of fighter who like that affects too much because he relies on his right hand. So that can always kind of bail him out. However, he struggles as time goes on. So I wouldn't be surprised if Joseph Parker like winds up winning and or knocking him out. Because if you take Wilder into deep waters, I'm specifically thinking about the Ortiz versus him one. When Ortiz took him into deep waters, you know, he has some struggling parts, but again, his Wilder's right hand bailed him out. You know, I'm gonna say Wilder's gonna win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Parker could do something more.
So Ortiz did have him hurt. He damn near knocked him out in that first fight.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
And the doctor gave him an extra minute of recovery when the rounds began. Yeah. So
I was there. I was at that fight too. I was at that fight.
Did that not happen? Did that not happen?
If we talk about that, then I got to talk about all these people saying that Fury got extra time and his fights against him, and I don't want to get into the extra time. It is what it is. The refs, or excuse me, yeah, the refs do what they do, and it is what it is. If he got an extra minute, he got an extra minute, but he made it right in the second fight. But outside of that, AJ, since you're back, how do you see it? Prodigal said he would not be surprised if Parker won it, but he's got Wilder.
I'm pretty much in agreement with Prodigal. It's a winnable fight for Joseph Parker. He's more technical, better boxer than Wilder. And the fact that Wilder has been buzzed and hurt by non-punchers. And I think Joseph Parker is surprisingly durable. Even though Joe Joyce knocked him out, he took a lot of punishment for that to happen.
You damn straight I knocked him out.
Say again?
You said Tone, and then you changed it. And I said, you damn straight I knocked him out.
Yeah, you're right, for sure. No, but I mean, Parker proved himself surprisingly durable in the Joyce fight. Even though he got knocked out in the 11th round, it took a lot to really break him down. And I just feel if Wilder can't land his right, then yeah, it's not going to go. It's not going to go well for him. But Wilder has athleticism. He's an ambush fighter. He's got the right hand, of course, as we all know. But I can't help but think that I see Parker win rounds in this fight. It'll be difficult, elusive, but I can't help to. I just have the feeling that Deontay will find a way to land it, and when that happens, till either Parker will get dropped and Wilder will beat the count, and Wilder will finish him up, or he'll be knocked out cold. So that's what I got Wilder. I got Wilder winning by stoppage, but Parker does have a chance to win this fight. He really does.
So I will say that I also agree that I don't think inactivity affects Deontay Wilder the same. The whole thing about Deontay Wilder is just backwards. And if you really think about it, his shortest layoff was whenever I think it was Brazil. Was it Brazil? I'm trying to remember what his shortest layoff was. No, it was Ortiz. He fought Ortiz, and then he went into the Tyson Fury fight soon after. It was like only a few months in between. And in that second, the rematch is when he looked his worst with the least amount of time off. So I would say that I don't think inactivity affects him like it does other fighters, because when he had a fight back-to-back is when he looked his very worst, in my opinion. Whether that was overtraining, coming in heavier for the first time, not knowing how to carry the weight, whatever it was, he looked bad in that rematch against Tyson Fury. He looked better in the trilogy. But in between the second and third one, there was over a year gap, and he looked better even though he lost, but he improved. And then you had a long layoff before he got in there with Helenius, and he just knocked Helenius out in the first round. So
it didn't help the fact that Helenius walked right into the punch, but he did get him out first.
Wilder kind of went backwards and hit him with a check hook. Which we never seen Wilder throw that punch.
Like I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I thought that was so fair. I wasn't even sure the punch landed at first.
No, it did.
No, it did. I mean, when I saw the angle, like the upwards angle, but like it was so quick. I'm like, damn, did he even hit him? Like holy shit.
But I will say this. So my breakdown is this. I think this fight is a lot tougher than a lot of people think. Joseph Parker has a beard. It took Joe Joyce 11 rounds of beating this dude from pillar to post to stop him. So, and Joe Joyce is a heavy hitter. He's a very hard puncher. I would put him up there with like the hardest punchers. I would say punch for punch, I think Joe Joyce hits harder than Deontay Wilder by a lot, because every shot that Joe Joyce lands, it bruises, it affects every single person he fights. He
has that concussive power.
Yeah,
like, Deontay's like, I guess for lack of a better term, he pleases you by knocking you out. Joe Joyce keeps hitting you with like a cinder block that will mess you up like later on.
Right. And that's what it is. And Parker just kept getting hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. He went down, got up, got hit and hit. And just, I mean, he looked like a whole different person. He was just black and blue, like somebody threw paint on him. So I think this is going to be a lot harder. I just can't see Parker staying down, even if he gets clipped. I see him getting back up. And I will say this. If Deontay Wilder knocks Joseph Parker out in the first couple of rounds, then there is a true argument to be made that he very well could be one of the hardest punchers that's ever been in the heavyweight division. There's a real argument to be made if he could do that. But I just think Parker's got a chin. And since Parker's been working with Andy Lee, he's looking better and better. And I mean, he's coming off of 2 knockout wins too. So
Tony outwitted already.
I think this is going to be a hard fight for Deontay Wilder, but you got to understand, I want to see Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua so fucking bad. I want to see that fight so bad. I think Deontay Wilder is going to pull it off, but I think this is going to be a real fight. I think this is going to be a real fight.
You think Wilder Wimbledon is going to be tough?
It's going to be tough. And I hope the layoff really doesn't affect him like we're saying. And I hope he is in top peak conditional shape, because if he's not, come down the stretch, if he gets tired, Joe Joyce has got a lot of energy in that gas tank. So he just needs to be fit. I'm really, really excited to see what Malik Scott has done with him, with the jabs, because his jabs in the open workout were looking clean. They were real straight. He was throwing feints, which we don't see him do. And even in that Tyson Fury fight, the first couple of rounds in the trilogy, he was going to the body, which we never saw him do before either. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking Deontay Wilder is going to win, but I think it's going to be a real fight. It's going to be a tough fight. And if there is a stoppage, I think it's going to come into the later rounds. I'd say probably 7-9, somewhere in between there. Deontay Wilder by knockout.
Nice.
And then we're going to go into the main event, what I think is the main event. And this is where y'all are going to disagree with me. I'm going to already tell y'all that. Who do y'all have? Anthony Joshua or Otto Wallin? Go ahead, AJ.
I got Joshua. I'm torn on the knockout or going the distance, but I think he's got enough to deal with Wallin. I'll just keep it that way. So, yeah.
Otto's winning.
Holy shit, I agree. Otto is winning. Otto is winning. I agree. Go ahead, Prodigal. Do you want to break it down?
I just think, I don't know how. I like AJ, but I think I don't know, man. I just don't think he can do it anymore. Like, I just don't think he has it in him anymore. He don't have, like, this will be, because this is kind of like a litmus test in a lot of ways to see if he's still like an upper echelon heavyweight. And I don't know if he is anymore. So that's all I can really say.
And the thing about it is this is what I look at. Anthony Joshua has not looked great to me. Even if you look at his Helenius knockout in his last fight, I believe it came in the 7th round. But you're talking about a guy who Deontay Wilder stopped in the first round with the first clean punch he landed. And Helenius did absolutely zero damage to Wilder. Even in the first round, he was having problems landing on Wilder. Whereas against AJ, he was busting AJ up. AJ's face was all busted up in that fight. It's not like AJ just walked through him. It's not like AJ just beat him up. AJ was taking hard shots in his face.
To be fair, Helenius might have been on the juice allegedly in both fights.
I mean, he may have been. He may have been.
He tested positive after, so yeah.
But he did say that was like they cooked something up because he knows that he's a clean athlete. So he did say that afterwards. So who knows?
Well, my thing is this. I'm not going to get into too much of that till both guys come through their cases and it's yes, they're guilty, no, they're innocent. But it's just very odd to me that Dillian White popped hot and then right after him, Helenius popped hot too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember from a few years ago. What's the guy? He was a kickboxer. His name's Tyrone Spong. He was supposed to fight, I think, Joshua. Usyk, yeah, and he popped hot too.
Yeah. That was crazy. Debut Spoon had to fill in. I remember that.
But yeah, so PEDs aside, and then you look at AJ's against Jermaine Franklin. He clinched for like 80% of that fight, didn't want to let his hands go. It pretty much kind of looked like the Cruz Shadesha Green fight. AJ would let off shots and just hold on. Hold on.
Also forgot, he has a new trainer now.
Yeah,
so,
Davidson. But I think Otto Wallin's going to beat him. I look at it like this. Otto had a very competitive fight against Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury was at his best, and it was very close. Even though the scorecards were wide, it was a very close fight. Some people said, he was robbed. I disagree. I thought Fury won that fight, but it was a very close fight. It was a very hard-fought fight. And the main thing that I'm looking at is the old saying, styles make fights. I just watched AJ fight a shorter, 6'3", only 220 pounds, southpaw, and Usyk 2 times in a row. And he got outboxed both times. Both times. While people will argue with me, I thought he looked worse in the second fight than he did the first fight. And then now he's getting in the ring with a guy who's the same height as him, is 6'6", and the same weight as him at 250, who's also a southpaw. That's a mobile boxer just like Usyk. Stylistically, I'm seeing all the writings on the wall for an upset. I just think Otto Wallin has got that style that is a chink in AJ's armor. He's going to outbox him. And I think what we're going to end up having is Deontay Wilder winning and Anthony Joshua either losing or he's going to win by a robbery. And it's going to be a blatant robbery. But that's the only way he comes out on top, in my opinion. I think Otto's going to get him.
The Saudis, they don't want to mess up that Wilder Joshua fight now. Because so if it goes the distance, we could see controversial decisions. That's true. And
we already saw a robbery. I'm going to say it. Y'all are going to disagree, but I'm going to say it anyway.
No, I don't disagree at all. Ngannou ran Fury.
No, not Ngannou. We already saw a robbery, in my opinion, that was blatant. Is I don't know. Like it was daylight robbery, in my opinion. And everybody can disagree with me, but I'm going to say it. Jake Paul versus Tommy Fury.
Oh yeah,
He was robbed in the Middle East, so I don't think the judging's any better out there.
Yeah, you got a point. That's true. Yeah. It was that was yeah. You're right. But I got AJ beating Wilding, so I guess I disagree with you guys on that, but it's all good.
How does he beat him? What's going on, Kelvin? Welcome to the building.
I just believe that AJ is more proven than Wilding. Overall, better competition. I think that I'm not disproving Wilding's boxing ability, but I just have this feeling that AJ is going to be probably finally aggressive in this fight, and he'll really take it to him. I don't know if he's going to stop him because Wilder's never been stopped before. No one's been able to do it. So, I don't know. I just see AJ. I see him having a lot more than Wilding does.
Okay, so check this out.
Yeah, good.
So you say AJ's been in with better competition than Wallin, right? Or Wallin, I mean. Mm-hmm. So, but check this out, AJ. Mm-hmm. AJ fought the number 1 cruiserweight in Usyk and came up short twice, right?
Right.
Well, Wallin just fought the number 2 cruiserweight and beat him. And in my opinion, beat him real comfortably. Like, I don't know if you saw the fight or not, but
I saw it. I had it close. I had Wallen winning, but it was close.
nah, I didn't see no split decision. I saw Otto winning that pretty easily.
No. I agree. I would definitely won, but it was closer than what I saw. I say it was like at least 7-5ish, 8-4, and he got touched up a lot by Gassiev. He did, you know.
And then my other question for you is, while AJ has been in with a lot better names and he collected the titles, which Otto has yet to do, who has AJ fought that is on Tyson Fury's level?
I mean, but Wallin ain't no Usyk. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I know they're both southpaws and decent bob, but Usyk is way more technically proficient than Wallin, and he's way. I mean, he's just, you know. I mean, that's just how I see it. It's like he's a pound shop Usyk. That's how I see it. So
we're gonna see, but I'm telling you, in my opinion, when you struggle with a guy who's much shorter, much lighter, who fights the same way as a much bigger man, you're gonna have some issues when that much bigger man steps to you.
No, I mean, but he can't move like Usyk. I mean, it's like he can't. I mean, it's like he can't do the things that Usyk does. They basically fight similar, but like just he's not like I'm saying he's a pound shop version of Usyk. And I'm like I see him as like, oh yeah, AJ shouldn't have no issues with this guy. I'm not saying it's gonna be easy, but you know, I mean, but yeah, I just that's how I see it going. That's all. I mean, but either way, I mean, I could use a robbery in one of the I could use an upset on one of the cards. That'll mix things up a bit. So either Wilder or you know, Joshua.
I think this right here is another bad matchmaking by Eddie Hearn. Like whenever he stuck Andy Ruiz in there with 2 weeks' notice. I think Eddie is a horrible matchmaker. His fighters lose all the time because of his matchmaking.
Yeah.
And, I think stylistically this is the worst fight, especially with an AJ that's rebuilding himself. I just think stylistically this is a horrible fight to put AJ in. And again,
because I was actually calling for him to fight Wallin for the longest time. I thought that should have been one of his 2 comeback fights prior, like when he fought Franklin or Telanis or whatever. I was saying, oh, take on Otto Wallin. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's about to do it, and I think he's about to lose.
I'm glad he's finally doing it now. So you know, so now we can finally see, because I already know people are going to compare this to, you know, the Fury victory. I mean, you know, if he, I mean, people are gonna. In my opinion, I don't really think it matters. I mean, but you already know people are going to draw comparisons.
Well, yeah, if AJ can win, and I think that's a big if. That is a big if.
First 6 or maybe the first 8 rounds or whatever. I'm like, okay, now we're talking. You know what I'm saying?
Say that again.
I'm saying if he goes out there and starches while in like the first 6 or 8 rounds, then I'm like, okay, now we're talking. I mean, but the thing is, you gotta not look so bad while you do it either. If you happen to do that, the thing is, the winning look good while winning.
I don't know if he could actually accomplish that and knock him out in the first 6 rounds. I say I don't care if he looks bad or good doing it, because it's looking good. Yeah. Period. If you can stop him in the first 6, I just don't see it happening. I think Otto is going to dance around him.
I mean, he just did it with Helenius. He knocked him out in 7, and he got, you know, marked up like you said. So
yeah, he got, and that's the thing. You got to look at it like this: is Helenius anywhere near the boxer of Otto?
No.
Okay, so if a slow, like I don't even know how to express his style. Like he's very sluggish, and he barely moves. He's always there in front of you to be hit. If that dude is busting you up, then what's going to happen when you got a mobile fighter who's your same size in front of you?
But I just attribute that to, like, you know, it was a late replacement. He wasn't really preparing for Helenius, you know. So and he did go 7. I thought he'd get him out in probably the first 4 or 5 rounds. But when it went past that, I'm like, whatever. Didn't look good, but it is what it is. I mean, I just attributed that to him being a late replacement and him not preparing, because he was preparing for Dylan White, not you know, Helenius. So
right, but I want to address this comment, Kelvin. If he was truly on PEDs, which we don't know, if he was truly on PEDs, then who's to say he wasn't on PEDs when he fought Deontay Wilder and got stopped in the first round?
Because it seems to me like on the PBC side of things, like, not the PBC fighters or something, but their opponents are always popping. Have you noticed that trend?
Yeah. I mean, he said this. He failed a VADA test. Yes. So did Connor Ben. So did Alicia Bumgarner. But both of them are still up in the air. In fact, I'll go to the fighter that I like. So did Dillian White. And then they came out that the sample was tainted and he never did anything. So Dillian White's already been through this once and cleared his name. Released all the documents for those who are naysayers like, where's the B sample? Where's the B sample? Well, he didn't need it because the A sample was already proven to be clean.
Boom. By the way, I'm looking forward to the card, though, man. They got about $40. I'll be enjoying that. So,
Yeah. Well, you know what? I might try the VPN trick and see if I can change my location, and it's free. I'm gonna try it and see what happens.
I'll Tony pay for the card, man. Support these guys.
I mean,
It's only $40. It's kind of
no,
like
it's not a lot at all. It's not a lot at all. But
I'm happy that they waived the price. I just had to pay $60 for fucking Regis and Devin. Not that I was mad.
You know what I just realized? This fight is on Saturday.
It is.
I'm not even gonna be home on Saturday. I got something going on.
Damn. So you can't even watch.
And I'm not gonna say where I'm gonna be and what I'm gonna do because there's gonna be some weirdo that hears this and they're gonna pop up like, "Oh, I see him. Let me go take pictures or do some weirdo shit that weirdos do."
No, I understand. But no,
no.
So you can't even watch the card. Damn, man.
No. I'll probably watch the card. Like I'm gonna see it, but I'm just gonna be on the road. So, it's just gonna be a little different. Gotta figure it out. Gonna be in a hotel, you know what I'm saying? Not gonna be at the house. We're gonna be in a hotel doing something.
Yeah, why not? Oh shit, sorry, my bad. I was about to say the damn, I want to get in trouble. I was about to say R. Kelly Hotel.
R. Kelly? Nah, I ain't gonna be no underages there with me.
That's why I stopped. It's like, oh shit, let me be quiet.
Yeah, I ain't looking for no 17, 16-year-olds. Ain't no R. Kelly in.
Not Shun.
And I don't be peeing on female. Well, maybe on the leg. Yeah. I don't be peeing on their face like R. Kelly. I don't be doing that. That's weird. Yeah. I ain't gonna say that if a female be in the shower with me. I ain't never marked my territory. Hit him with that left ankle. I hit you with it. That's mine right there. You know what I'm saying? I might have done that, but I ain't never peed on a bitch in the bedroom. That's weird. Like now pisses all over your floor. It's on your bed. Ain't no R. Kelly going on over here. We ain't doing that.
By the way, y'all hear what happened to Jonathan Majors?
Yeah, he was found guilty on 2 of the 4 charges.
Uh-huh.
This is what I don't understand. This is what I don't get, okay?
I already know. I think I already know what you're about to say. Go ahead.
Go ahead and tell me what I'm going to say, and then we're going to see if you're right.
Is this about the video?
Yes, it is.
She's chasing him?
Exactly.
Boom. Thank you.
I've never seen somebody assault somebody running from them.
and the person who was assaulted is chasing after the person who assaulted them. Like, if anything, okay, if you're in danger or you were why would you be chasing after the attacker?
But let me tell you how nasty that bitch was, though. This fucking hoe right here, and I'm gonna call it that. I don't even care. Maybe I shouldn't because I think this is monetized, even though I didn't click it to be monetized. But that lady right there, we'll change it to that. She was chasing him, randomly stopped, talked to 3 random ass dudes, right? Yep. And then went clubbing with them. Like, bro, you already know this girl ain't nothing, man. I don't know.
See, this is why I think it's like, she was just out to get his ass, man. That's all that was.
It was. And now, he got fired. He's fired from Marvel.
Now his career is probably fucking up. Like, just Marvel got rid of him, lost ads, movies, that bitch. It's like, that's it. It's a wrap for this guy already. You know what I'm saying? It's like he got, I was about to say he got Will Smith, but but it might be worse. So,
nah, Will does it to himself.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but that's on him. That's all on him. But yeah, it's like,
man, Will into that weird stuff. He let that shit ride. Let me tell you something. The minute my wife would have told me she's in love with a dead dude, I'd have left.
It's like, all right, shit.
Like, I'm sorry, like, you motherfucking Will Smith. There are videos of Tupac rapping to your songs. Like, are you serious right now? Like, this dude, man, I ain't even gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna say this. Tupac is the best New York rapper there's probably ever been, but that motherfucker was wearing a tutu.
Nah.
What you mean he was a ballerina?
Nah.
Bro, you didn't know that?
I did not.
This dude went to an art school and he was a ballerina.
He also had that like sus like bathtub photo.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Wow.
Hold on. I'm gonna share a screen. Hold on. Tupac. If I type tutu, it probably won't work, but we'll put hold on.
He started his career like as a backup dancer, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah. That's what I heard.
Puff Daddy was like that too, actually.
It makes sense.
Or did he actually?
He can't stop stealing screen time for his artists. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I remember back in the early 2000s when I was younger.
Look,
I was flipping to like Loon and shit like that. Then like
I'm about to do this. I like Pac. Sorry to cut you off. You know, Pac is one of my favorite rappers, but let us not forget this picture. Hold on. People gonna hate. Like, I like Tupac, greatest New York rapper, because he was from New York, not Cali. People don't know that. Look at this picture. Can you see this?
Oh shit! No, I didn't seen everything. Okay. All right. I believe you.
Like,
you know, that reminds me of
his documentary. You didn't watch his documentary?
I didn't know. No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, man. But in that same documentary, Tupac and Jada, they were doing one of Will Smith's rap songs in like a talent show.
Getting jiggy with it?
Nah. it was like way back. Oh, like 2 miles per hour, so everybody sees you, like the old school Will Smith.
Wow.
But yeah, that's like Tupac and Jada went to the same school. That's how they met. But anyways, I digress. I have Tupac over Biggie every day of the week, but Biggie was more street. That's just the facts.
Yeah, he was more Brooklyn, Brooklynite.
What's that?
That's. I think I'll go with Tupac. I'll go with Tupac as well if I had to choose between him and Biggie.
Is that because he's more West Coast thing? Because, like, I mean, as Tony said, he started on the East Coast, but then he moved over to Death Row, and then that's when it took off.
Yeah, he claimed all that West Coast shit, but we know he's from New York.
We do. So really, it was never a East versus West Coast beef. It was just always East versus East.
East. Oh, that's funny. You know, I mean, I don't know, guys. What's your opinion on Puff Daddy as a hip hop artist?
I would say he was always a good collabo. Like, he was a hype man, technically.
Thank you. That's exactly what I always thought about him. It's like he just comes across to me as some like hype dude, business entrepreneur, kind of like a Lil Jon, a little bit. I mean, just with more just lyrics. I mean, it seems to me like he was just a businessman, always just masquerading as a hip hop artist, not the other way around.
He just like to talk over people's songs. That's all I can say. He just likes to talk over people's songs.
I know how you feel. He had some good collabs though, because I ain't gonna lie, that the soundtrack that he did for the Godzilla movie that you don't like, it was pretty fire. Not gonna lie.
I have to go back and listen to it.
Yeah, me too. I don't remember that.
It was like him and I think Led Zeppelin or something. They did like a collab together.
Oh yeah,
the Come With Me joint. You remember that?
Okay. I remember that now. I do. Yeah, I didn't care for it much at the time.
When I think of, I don't know why, but whenever I think of Diddy collabing, all I think of is "I Need a Girl to Ride, like that song. Like, that's all I think of. Like
technically, all he did was collabs with Mace. It was him and Mace always collabing.
But look at the music video with him and Mace. He's fighting to be in front of the camera, pushing Mace out the way.
That's true, yeah.
Right, dude, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like once Mace retired, then Lone was his Mace replacement. Then like y'all remember that, like Lone, tell me how you want that. Tell me, like Pete Diddy never used to like hogging the camera. It's like Will this dude get out of here? Like,
What like his artists, they just disappear. Whatever happened to Magoo? Does anybody remember Magoo?
Magoo, you mean Timbaland and Magoo?
Oh, was he with Tim?
He was with Tim, yeah.
Diddy. Oh, then I'm fucked up. I thought he was with Diddy.
No, yeah. Magoo just passed away recently. R.I.P. I think he was sick or just something happened to him. Yeah, but he was always with Tim. I mean, but now you got to point his artists always disappear. It's like
you know how it is. Freaking Diddy is like the children of the corn. He's sending them in the cornfield when they. You remember that Dave Chappelle episode?
Yeah. Shit.
My man said, "Go get me some Cambodian breast milk." I was done.
Oh, bro. Did he come back? Breast milk. You made my day.
Yeah.
Oh,
the band, fucking cheesecake. Like, I'm sorry, I ain't walking to get nobody no fucking cheesecake.
I'd have been like, man, get the. I'd have to be. You better get that shit yourself. I ain't doing that. Yeah, you got something else you want me to do? But like what had me cracking up was how like every time like he was leaving with his security, they would always lift him up in like weird positions. Like they would carry him out. He would ride. he would ride one on his back and all this crazy shit. It's like, bro. That's why I broke up with that's why I couldn't date a tall girl. I'll always be asking for piggyback rides.
You right. I said Magoo. I was thinking of Loon. You right, Mark Anthony. You right.
You meant Loon, right? Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. I always thought of him as like his Mace replacement.
But yeah, like Diddy artists always disappear. Like they always disappear. The only one that's been relevant is Usher, and he left him.
Yep, that's true. Okay, let me look up this shit. Man, who the hell did he sign?
Well, I mean, technically, did he have B2K as well? Wasn't that Omarion?
No, never. No. They were never on Bad Boy.
Oh wait, were they? I can't remember what label they was on actually.
They were with what the hell was it? Damn, what's the guy's name? I mean, their manager,
Jermaine Dupri.
It was owned by the manager, Chris Stokes.
Oh yeah.
It was his label. I forget the name of it though.
You know who he had? He had that one singer, Mario Wines. They had that.
Oh yeah, I don't want to know.
Yeah. If you cheat, keep it on. Yeah. That dude disappeared.
It's because Diddy, he don't pay his artists, man, or they like sign like a crazy contract, and then they just can't pay him back, so he just pulls their records. It's very few of them that actually have like the rights to their records.
Yeah, the band they vanished like hot air. They will never.
He snitched on Shine and got him deported.
Yep. Got him locked up. Let's see who else. Who else? Let me see. Who else was on the label? Let me see. The Locks. Well, that was never. I thought that was his like. That was never really. That was like just his group, pretty much. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm looking it up too. I didn't know Gorilla Zoe was on Bad Boy.
No, because he had he had a thing called Bad Boy South and all that shit he was doing. Like he had like several offshoots and all that shit.
Yeah, I know. They had Boys in the Hood. All them motherfuckers didn't make it once they signed with them.
Yeah, Day 26. I remember them as well. Then French Montana was on the label. I didn't know that.
I see Young Jock. He was huge, fell off. I didn't know The Dream. The Dream was big now. That dude, but I don't. Was Diddy in his videos?
Oh no. Dream. It's a pop group, not the singer. That's a.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say I don't ever remember seeing Diddy in any of his videos.
Yeah, Dream. The Dream. Yeah. The Dream. Is
yeah. I got you. I didn't know there was a girl group called Dream. Like I'm looking at it. Yeah, I didn't know that. Black Rob.
Young Jock, he was on the label too.
Carl Thomas, I didn't know he was with Bad Boy.
Damn.
And I wish I never met her. Gosh damn. That shit old as fuck. Yeah. I didn't know Foxy Brown was on his label. 8 Ball, MJG.
Yeah, he was on Bad Boy South. I remember that. So,
but yeah, I don't even know who the fuck Dirty Money is. Who the fuck is that?
That's what the hell? It's a group with how do I explain it? They released an album called Last Train to Paris. It was actually a nice album. I like that album. I mean, but it's pretty much
Who the artist?
it was Diddy and two other singers. It was like his like another one of his like side groups or something like that. It was like him and two other singers.
Yeah, I have no idea who that
I mean,
is.
technically, yeah, Cassie. Technically.
Yeah. Yo, Cassie was bad. That girl was bad, but I wouldn't touch her. Like any girl that been with Diddy, I would not touch. Nope.
Nah, son.
That includes J-Lo?
I wouldn't touch any female who has been with Diddy. Ain't no telling what type of weird shit they done did.
Well, the J-Lo thing was real brief, though.
Yeah,
he wasn't like with her for a very long time.
I mean, see, like everybody was always speculating whether or not him and Cassie was messing around. I always knew they was from the start. Like that was it's not hard to figure out. I mean, come on, it's like honestly because even though Cassie, look, she's not really that talented. I never really saw her like as really a good singer. No offense. I mean, so
Jada, I didn't know Jadakiss was well, I know the Locks, but I didn't know Jada was Bad Boy. I thought for some reason, I don't know why I thought he was on his own.
What do y'all think? Y'all think that Cassie had that talent? No, I really didn't think so.
Yo, Cassie was bad as fuck. I don't give a fuck.
So you think she had talent? No,
she just had one song, bro. That was it.
I'm saying she was bad.
A one-hit wonder.
Hey, she could dance in front of me singing that one song on repeat all night long. I'm okay with that. She bad. She a bad. So what else in boxing? Bring it back.
Did you hear? Technically, they're saying Eubank Jr. priced himself out of the Conor Ben fight, but now Eubank wants to fight Janibek.
Janibek, yeah. When he was saying, like literally 3 months ago, he was saying he didn't know who he was, and he don't. Yeah.
Well, that's not what I heard. I heard that the British Border Control shut that shit down.
No, they did, is what I'm saying. But then Eddie is like saying that he wanted like way much more money for the fight, and he wanted like guarantees, like up front. Which they could do because it's at a stadium now. But he was like, it was too much he was pricing himself out of the fight.
You know what's crazy to me about that whole situation? If Conor Ben would have just came out and been like, I'm guilty, I made a mistake, he would be fighting already.
He didn't do none of that.
That's what I'm saying. He's the one, and then man, Conor Ben like upsets me like heavily because it's sort of like you're ruining your dad's legacy by just being such a baby. Yeah, it's too much eggs, man. All that estrogen. It's not even testosterone. It's estrogen that makes him freak out like this.
So Lisa told me, I believe it was Lisa told me, and I didn't know this, that or maybe it wasn't Lisa, maybe it was Boxiana. I don't remember. Who said it? But Eubank Sr., there was always people alleging that he was on PEDs.
He started his career in the States, right?
Yeah.
Senior. He used to fight in the Bronx. He used to live in New York, actually. Senior? I don't know. I know Nigel Benn,
you talk about Senior, right?
I don't know why I said Senior. I don't know why I meant Nigel Benn.
Yeah, dude. That Gerald McKellen fight. Yeah. That Gerald fight, as much as that was a crazy fight.
You talking about McClellan?
That they thought he was on something then. Like he always had something going on. And then if you watch the Roberto Duran spar, if you remember that was crazy too.
It's funny. I always say if the Nigel Benn McClellan fight happened today, and y'all remember what G-Man did to him in the first round?
Yeah, no, they would have stopped the fight.
It would have been over.
Definitely stopped it.
No doubt.
Especially if you get knocked out the ring, dude. It's like, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but McClellan's corner, man, they caused that because I saw a documentary on that where he was telling them in the corner that it felt like the water was going through his skull, and they still pushed him back out.
Oh God.
Like that's crazy. Like if
Yeah, that
somebody
is true.
telling
That
you
is true.
that's insanity right there. That they would have them go back out if somebody's telling you that they can feel the water going through their fucking skull.
Now, you need
Well,
like
it's the
I-
same
you hear
thing
you
that
need to stop it
happened with
immediately.
homeboy with Panama Lewis with the what is it? The guy that had the I forget his name. He was
Aaron Pryor?
like fighting that up and coming guy, and then
Oh,
he was just
Louis Presto.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. But anyway, Jamal Charlo got arrested. I don't know if y'all heard about that.
Something about hitting the female.
Oh yeah, something like that.
It
I don't
was
know,
like
I
his
just
family
seen-
member or something like that. I was saying it's like his family member.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw like a clickbait title that says Jermel brags about hitting a female, and I never watched it.
It's like, dude, did you just come off the Canelo fight? Like, what the hell? What are you doing?
Both of them brothers, man, they always got something going on. Like
They're a couple of fuck ups.
They're just always hot headed. I will never, but I don't like. I know they're real soft because they always have to carry like some type of anger. When I saw Danny Jacobs pull up on them, they were like quiet.
That was Jamal. That was Jamal.
Yeah. When Danny pulled up on Jamal, he said nothing. He was quiet.
That was made me laugh. It's like he was talking. He was just.
He was like Jamal was like, "Oh, I didn't say that. I didn't say that." And Danny was like really going after him.
yeah, but hasn't Jamal been slapped like twice now?
Yeah, you got slapped by a plant.
And then Heard slapped him as well.
Yeah. Okay. So
I think
the
so.
first time it happened. What was the first time? I'm sorry.
Heard. I think it was Heard. Didn't Jared Heard slap him?
No. Okay. So Jared Hurd, he slapped what he did. I think he slapped Jamel. And honestly, he actually gave he came out and explained what happened. He gave a detailed account on his Twitter. I saw it on social media, but he pretty much explained that how I guess Jamel was insulting somebody. One of them was assaulting his wife. And I think Jamel tried to step and he actually like slapped him, and Jamal didn't do nothing. He was like right in front of him. He didn't do nothing when that happened. I remember the second time in particular was how David Benavidez walked up to Jamal and pretty much ran behind security. I think they kind of shoved him a little bit. That like he ran behind security. Then the time was of course what happened with Caleb, and he just stood there and stared like oh my God, I can't believe you did that.
And then the fourth time, his wife got beat up by Jamel's wife.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I just don't understand that shit. I'm sorry. If I got that much money and that many cameras on me, I'm not fucking up. Like you are under a microscope.
Let me put it to you like this.
Actually, I forgot. They got pulled up on and somebody.
At all.
Yeah. Some people took their chains too, if I remember correctly. They got robbed as well.
Yeah, they got robbed. I think a while back, by some chicks up in New York or something like that. That's what I heard.
I'm
I don't know if it was in New York, but it was something.
I'm be honest with you. If I got that much money, ain't nobody robbing me, because if they do, I'm putting a motherfucking hit on your life. Like we gonna get this chain back. I'm gonna put so much fucking money out there. Somebody gonna bring me that chain back.
I don't understand. Like, I mean, they have to have some level of security. I mean, that's what I don't understand.
Could they afford it?
I mean, they should be able to. You see freaking Floyd. I mean, it's Floyd, but he always has like security around him, like just walking.
Yeah, Floyd got a fucking army with him everywhere he goes.
Twice so broke.
Nah, that motherfucker. Yeah, I doubt he's broke. Like all the money he's done made. There's people still paying him like $40-50 million to fight nobody.
Floyd is like a billionaire at this point.
Yeah, that man made so much money boxing. It's crazy.
Robert Guerrero called him out, talking about let's have a rematch now.
What?
Yeah, after the Andre Berto fight, he's like, Floyd, let's run it back. Man. Yeah,
I could have sworn I thought them two was retired, especially Berto. Like, I mean, when that was announced, it's like, oh, they really try to punish us, aren't they?
Guerrero's talking about he wants to fight Boots.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
I don't like how Boots got the title. I don't like that at all.
Yeah, no one does. Nobody likes it getting it by email. So yeah.
Like no. But here's the problem. How does he duck Terrence Crawford twice and then get Crawford's belt?
Ask the IBF.
Because the reason why I say he ducked him twice is, if you remember correctly, Boots was his mandatory for the WBO, and he left the WBO rankings to go the IBF route.
Yeah, the IBF route, yeah.
Then Crawford offers him a fight on BLK Prime instead of Abinesian, and he turns it down. So how the fuck does a guy who ducked you twice end up with your belt without even fighting you?
Ask the IBF. They would know.
I think they thought he might have had an easier time with Spence, probably, because Spence was, he was mandatory to Spence at the time as well with the IBF. Yeah. So it's probably like, okay, maybe they do Spence because they're both on Showtime, So
I remember in the summer last year, his fight with Custody Clayton was an IBF final eliminator. He won that. Then earlier this year with the when he fought the Karen guy, that was that earlier this year? That was earlier this year, right? I think it was. I mean that was that was for the interim title, and it's like, okay, see when that happened right there, I already knew what they was planning to do. Like I said, okay, once he gets there, they're gonna elevate him at some stage, because he ain't getting Spencer or probably Bud either, but either way, that's not Bud's fault or whatever. But it's like once he got the interim belt, I pretty much knew that they was gonna elevate him at some point, and that's exactly what they did.
And you know what? Before that Karen fight, my dude Rashidi Ellis was robbed against Villa.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed.
They didn't let Rashidi get the rematch. And the reason why is because Rashidi, I still believe, would have beat the shit out of Boots Ennis. If Karen made him look that sloppy, what the fuck would he done against Rashidi?
What the hell's going on, Rashidi? Is he gonna fight again or what? What's going on?
Yo, this dude's had the worst luck with promotional companies. So he was on Golden Boy. He beat Roca. And then they shelved him. He finally got out the contract.
I said that.
Got to the PBC, fought Villa, got robbed, and then been shelved ever since.
Yep. I said that when he fought Rocha. I said he wasn't supposed to beat him, and when he did, they put him on the shelf for the longest time until he had to eventually leave, because they really wanted Rocha to win. They were pushing him. But when that didn't happen, it's like, all right, got to shelve this dude now. But now, like, where the fuck is Rocha at? He got his ass destroyed by the Santillan guy. He came out of nowhere.
Man, like I said, it's just trash, man. I feel bad for Rashidi. That dude's whole career has been ruined.
Yeah. I mean, well, he does have one loss. He could maybe come back, but who knows? I mean, shit.
How's he gonna come back if nobody lets him fight that he signed to?
Yeah, I mean, see, that's that. When Artie was signing to the PBC, I thought that was such an odd choice. It's like, why would you go to them out of everywhere else?
Because he was calling out Boots Ennis.
He might have to pull an Ammo Williams and go to Matchroom.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I thought that was such an unusual choice when he could have went to Matchroom and maybe somewhere else. I mean, but either way, I know he wanted the Boots fight, but since when does the PBC have a history of delivering? I mean, I think Regis went there because he wanted a Broner fight, and when he realized they weren't going to give it to him, he left too.
Yeah, just to get his ass whooped by Devin Haney. Gosh damn.
Actually, you think he could fight Conor Benn?
Who?
Rashidi?
Yeah.
Conor Benn ain't fighting nobody till he either says I'm guilty or clears himself.
No, they're saying he'd be able to fight in the States, apparently.
Well, I seen something on Talk Sports stating that that the British Border Control has the power to suspend anybody involved with that if they have a UK license.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, because he's not going to have a UK license, so he'll probably pick up a USA one or some other one.
His trainer will no longer be able to train. His whole entire team cannot do anything with anybody of UK fighters. If anybody goes and spars with him, they can take their license.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they have the power to do all of that. That's what Talk Sports was saying.
Dang.
Shit.
He's done.
They might be out to get him then, in that case.
I just don't understand, man. If the dude would have just been like, look, I'm guilty. I don't know how I got in my system. I'll try better not to eat the wrong foods, but I'm taking full blame. He'd be fighting by now and be clear.
That's what I'm saying. Canelo did it. He said he ate tainted meat in Mexico, so that's
We
it.
know that. I'm gonna say we know allegedly that was a lie.
Yeah,
Allegedly.
Tyson Fury said he ate boar balls.
Yeah, and that,
Yeah.
and then the farmer came out and said that was a lie, and that was for the Klitschko fight.
Yep.
So I don't know, man. Like cheating has always ran rampant in boxing, and then like the thing that makes me laugh so hard is, and people don't want to hear it, is they always reflect back to the greats, like, oh, during this era they weren't doing this, and I'm thinking, well, during that era they didn't fucking test.
It wasn't a test. It wasn't as stringent as it is today.
No, there was none.
Yeah.
The first testing in boxing didn't happen until the early 2000s.
Hello.
And it was the WBC that did it first. And then Mauricio Suleiman's dad, who was over the WBC at the time, said that he didn't want to do it again because the guys who fought in the fight didn't look impressive.
Whoop.
So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about PED testing. Like I said, I feel like it should be one and done. If you get caught on it, you're kicked out the sport. But then they let people like Victor Conte come into the sport that has been on record saying that he can fucking cheat the system. So, like, I don't know, man. I just say fuck the testing, let them do whatever the fuck they want to do, and then it's a fair playing field.
Because even I mean, well, I find it funny who the fighters that test positive still end up getting their asses whooped. So
yeah, sometimes they do, not all the time. But you know, there's that rumor that's been going around, and I don't believe this, but there's a rumor going around. I think it was started by like Dillian White that AJ gets testosterone. You never heard that?
Him. He might be on TRT because like he's gonna have to be, man. Like just look at his physique. He has 3D delts. I mean, you know, that's kind of a giveaway of some nefarious extra vitamins in your system.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I just feel like, you know what? If they're going to let the premier fighters like Conor Benn, Canelo Alvarez get slaps on the wrist, but then guys like Gerald Miller get kicked out of the sport for 2 years, then what's the point of testing?
Yeah, or you have to like fight obscure places in Eastern Europe and stuff like that. So it's crazy.
Yeah. But what other fights can we talk about before I end this live stream? Because we've been going for a while, almost 2 hours. I will say this. Hold on. Let me say this real fast. I don't know how motherfuckers get on live streams and they talk for like 3-4 hours by themselves nonstop. Like I get burnt out. Like we coming on the 2 hour stretch and like my stamina is running out. Like I'd be losing things to talk about. Like, gosh damn, I don't know how they do it.
Lucky you got us here.
I know, right?
But
anyways, what other fight you want to talk about before we end it?
Your boy George is finalizing to fight Loma in Australia for the IBF title, like I pretty much thought they would.
Yeah, George Campos is about to beat the shit out of the undisputed champion Lomachenko. He's about to whoop that ass.
I still think you were trolling, by the way.
Two-time champion, right?
Oh, when you said that he beat Haney the first time?
Two-time undisputed champion, because Lomachenko is undisputed in my opinion right now because he beat Devin Haney.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He should have.
It's just like this is what I don't understand. They've got Devin Haney ranked number 1, T.O. ranked number 2. And my thing is this: how the fuck did they get ranked ahead of Catterall, who was robbed in the Josh Taylor fight?
Well, because they don't count unofficial victories.
I hear what you're saying, like when the whole fucking world is saying, "Yo, Josh Taylor lost this fight." I mean, I don't understand. Like, there should be some type of fucking oversight. There should be some type of governing body that oversights these horrible decisions. When you see people who don't even know boxing, like, yo, that dude lost. There's an issue.
I mean, did you know that my brother and his friend, like, they're two casuals, right? Because we was talking about the fight and they asked me who I had won. I said, I think Loma's going to win. Then, of course, they're very how can I say this? They pretty much they pretty much got met. They always go with the black guy. Let's just say that. So that's pretty much why they picked Devin. and I don't do that nonsense. I mean, because when I pick, let me talk like, oh, what you got against Devin, and I'm like, nothing. I just don't think he's gonna win. You know what I'm saying? But then, like post fight, you know what they said?
The white boy won.
Yes, they did.
In my eyes, Catterall is technically the lineal champion. You know, unofficially lineal.
I agree.
I mean, what's funny about the Loma Haney fight is like how I thought Loma had his best rounds in the 10 and 11. One of the judges gave it to Devin.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I'm talking about. See, shit
it
like
was
that.
either the 10th or 11th where he was beating the living shit out of Devin, hitting him with clean combos nonstop, and he still lost the round.
Yeah, I think he even hurt Devin a couple times, buzzed him or whatever. So,
but you know what? I blame that shit on Bob Arum. In my opinion, I cannot prove this. I'll say allegedly, but from what I have seen, this is the Bob Arum thing that he does. Look at Manny Pacquiao with Timothy Bradley won. Look at Manny Pacquiao with Jeff Horn won. Whenever Bob Arum gets a fighter who's aged, he tries to replace them for the next one. What it was, in my opinion, and I can't prove this is all alleged, Bob Arum wanted to re-sign Devin Haney, and if Loma would have beat him, then you got an older guy who's only got a couple of fights left. But if you have Haney win and you re-sign him, now you got a young guy who can take over.
Yeah, I mean, and he ended up leaving anyway. So what's what was even the point? I mean, it's like honestly, I always said this, and my mind hasn't changed. If Loma won the fight, he would have fought Shakur next after that. That would have been next.
Yeah, but you know,
and I mean,
he made a bet and it didn't pay out.
Proper passing of the torch, that right there. So,
well, the thing about it is this: do you think Loma could beat Shakur?
Now, no. If we were talking about years prior, yes, but not right now. I mean, this version of Loma, not today's version. No.
That's what I'm talking about right now. If Shakur fights him after the Kambosos fight, could he beat Shakur?
No, I don't think so. I don't.
So then he has no chance of being undisputed.
No, he doesn't. That's why if I were him, I would just Loma's probably he's gonna do what he does. But if I was him, if I beat George and win the IBF belt, I'd retire and call it a career after that.
If I was Loma, I'd never fight in America.
Well, I can say, that's where he's fought most of his career, but he's been
jobbed. But he's been robbed. He's been robbed every time.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, but I think Lomachenko was very naive when it comes to stuff like that. This hasn't sunken in that, you know, he's not. I mean, because I know he's going to Australia. I mean, he'll beat George. I feel George can't deal with what he's got at this stage. Even this version of Loma will beat George, even in Australia. I mean, because Devin traveled, he did it, and there was no shenanigans with the cards. You know, they pretty much gave him the.
Yeah, but when Devin fought George Kambosos, he came into the ring 240 pounds.
Who came to the ring 240 pounds?
Devin Haney.
Nah.
You ain't seen how much he weighed? You didn't see how much he weighed against Regis?
I did. That shocked me, man. That surprised me. Like no fucking way he rehydrated that much. I'm like, then what the fuck's this dude doing? I can't believe he stayed at 135 for that long.
So what's so funny about that, AJ, is I was just the day before that was released, literally the night before, I was arguing with a dude named Achilles. That's his avatar name, right? Don't know who he is. He's just some dude from Australia. First time I ever talked to him when I was arguing with him, he was calling me a liar because I used to tell him whenever I used to cut weight, I would lose, I would make weight, and I would rehydrate 20 to 30 pounds by fight night, right? Yep. And then lo and behold, he was like, there's no way you could gain 20 to 30 pounds. That's impossible, blah, 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 blah. And I was telling him, no, it's not. The taller you are, the more muscle you carry, the easier it becomes because muscle is 80% water. And he just wanted to arguing. Very next day, it comes out, Devin Haney gained 25 motherfucking pounds. But it's impossible.
Boom. Once I saw that, I'm like, oh, yeah, he can go to welterweight, no problem. I think he'll be fine up there.
Yeah, but who's he going to fight? Terrence?
No. Terrence would put him in the hospital.
Boots?
No. Yes.
So who's he going to be? Yes, Boots?
He can fight Conor Benn. That's nice.
Conor Benn would. Look, man, Conor Benn would destroy him.
I'm not so
That's the fight they're trying to make. Devin Haney coming up to 147 to fight Conor Benn.
Oscar De La Hoya just tweeted today that Ryan wants to
negotiations. But I thought he had to fight Sando Martin for mandatory.
That's what I thought. Guess not.
The chat talking about 240 pounds is cap. I was being facetious, exaggerating.
It wouldn't be as serious.
Yeah, no, I don't think you could get out of Sando Martin if the mandatory was implemented. I think all this is just advertisement, just to put light on
I
Devin.
think, well, like I said, I'm skeptical. I'll believe it when I see it. You know what I'm saying?
I think Ryan beats him. I think Ryan beats him.
I don't think so.
I think he knocks him out.
I don't think so.
I think he's going to hit him with a left hook, and Devin's going to go night-night.
I think it's going to be like Regis, probably worse, maybe more competitive. But it's
I
gonna be
mean, Ryan's not 5'2".
Doesn't matter.
And his hands are a lot quicker than Regis.
Doesn't matter. Ron will shut him. Sorry, Devin will shut him down. Watch.
You know he beat Devin, right? 3 times in the amateurs.
But Devin also beat him 3 times in the amateurs.
Yeah, but you know who the amateurs favor? You know who the amateurs favor guys who don't knock people out.
Yeah, we'll see. That's what the fight happens. I'm skeptical. I don't think it is. I don't think it's just too good to be true. I don't think it is. I like to see it, but I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm telling you right now, a non-weight drained, you can't rehydrate Ryan Garcia, one that can really blow up, because Ryan's going to come in the ring probably around the same size, 160, 165.
Yeah.
So they're both going to be the same size. I think Ryan's taller than him by a couple of inches. Devin's probably got longer arms, I would imagine. But I don't know, man. That left hook comes fast. They come real fast.
It's quick.
And I mean, Devin looked like he's got more pop at 140, but he still ain't no Mike Tyson. He ain't no Tank Davis.
No. It's like I think he's gained power, but not to that crazy extent though. So I see that fight going the distance though. I kind of do.
So let's see. Devin is 5'8" with a 71-inch reach. Let's see what Ryan is.
I know Ryan's 5'10". What's his reach?
Yeah, they got. Well, this says Ryan 5'9" on Wiki, but I'm trying to go to BoxRec. They got on BoxRec. Ryan's 5'8.5". The fuck is this dude shrinking?
What the hell? They must have changed.
If that be the case, then Canelo's only like 5'5", because Ryan was towering over Canelo.
Nah, son. He got to be taller than that. 5'8".
And they say he has a 70-inch reach.
Okay, so Devin's got the longer reach by an inch.
Yeah, by an inch. And then, according to this, Ryan's only a half inch taller.
Okay.
But I think that's a lie, because Ryan looks taller than
yeah, I think he's taller than that. I really do.
I'm gonna look up a picture, because allegedly Canelo was 5'8".
Yeah. I think he should. No, he ain't no fight. I think he's shorter than that. Personally, I think he's 5'7".
Who, Canelo?
Yeah, I do.
Wasn't Mayweather taller than Canelo?
Because
Mayweather's 5'8", apparently.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe because they. I'm trying to compare how they looked in the ring when they fought. So they're around the same height in the ring, I think.
Yo, you know what's weird? In certain pictures, Ryan's taller than Canelo, and other pictures, Canelo's taller than him.
Okay, who's wearing lifts then?
I don't know. But in these pictures, their heights are changing.
Wow. So, you know Tyson Fury stands on his tippy toes in some photos?
Really?
I've seen that, yeah. I've seen some photos where he's standing on his to make himself appear taller. Because he ain't no 6'9". I'll tell you that right now.
So, yeah, he's 7'8". I don't know what you're talking about.
6'7", more like 6'6", 6'7", something like that.
He was taller than Wilder, but not much.
Yeah.
So he's probably like 6'7.5" at the tallest.
I'd say 6'7" at best. He's 6'7" at best. So
because he wasn't that much taller than Ngannou, and Ngannou's what, 6'4"?
See?
Yeah.
It's boxing height. They jack up the height a little bit.
I want to see Francis fight another motherfucking boxer. I don't know why he's entertained this stupid MMA shit. Why would you go back to MMA when you get your highest paydays ever in boxing?
He literally just said he got it, like in the Fury fight. So it's like, dude, keep doing that.
He made more in that Fury fight than he's made in all his MMA fights combined.
He said that, and I'm like, damn, bro, you should have started sooner.
So, but the thing about it is like, why go back to MMA? There's no money there. Like they're greedy. They keep it for themselves. I don't know. Like I would love to see. I think Ngannou should fight somebody like Joe Joyce next.
I wouldn't mind that.
I mean, I'd even like to see him fight Zilli Zhang. That would be a good fight. Imagine that in China.
Oh, yeah, man, that's big.
It's huge. And one of them's getting knocked out. One of them's getting knocked out in that fight. But where do you place Ngannou? Where do you think he ranks amongst the heavyweights?
Top 20.
So you only got him in the top 20?
I do.
What about you, Prodigal?
I'll do 15.
I'm gonna say
those eggs need more bacon. I mean, like, still, it's like I know I think people are really just going gaga over what happened in the Fury fight, but it's like let's just calm down, just dial it down a notch. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just take it back. Just you know. So, but go ahead, Tony.
I mean, I'm thinking about other top 15 fighters. I think he could beat. I think he could beat a Jagba. I think he could beat Hrgovic, who's a top 10 fighter and a mandatory. I truly believe he would beat Hrgovic. I think that's the weakest link of guys at the top. Deontay Wilder and him is 50-50. Both guys.
What about him and Anderson?
I think he beat Anderson. I don't have no faith in Anderson. I don't think Anderson has a chin.
If Charles Martin, of all people, could test it, then yeah, I'm not confident in your chances.
And that was an out of shape Charles Martin.
Yeah, past it in his late 30s. So yeah.
So I don't know. The thing about Anderson is he's already said that he doesn't like boxing.
Well, that was after the Charles Martin fight.
Well, he said it before that too. He doesn't see himself. He doesn't see himself being in boxing for long. Like he doesn't like it.
All right.
So if you don't enjoy something, you got to wonder how hard do you really train at it.
Yeah. If you don't enjoy it, that's true.
AJ knocks out Francis Ngannou inside of 4 rounds. I don't know what Anthony Joshua you've been watching lately, but that man does not let his hands go. So I find it hard to believe that he would knock out Ngannou in 4 rounds.
But hey, Tony, just after Saturday, if AJ sparks Wallen in like the first half of 8, I'm sure you're gonna do a reaction video, and I'm going in, bro.
You going in?
I'm going off.
Going in? You going in? You gonna talk your stuff?
I thought AJ wasn't confident. You said he don't let his hands go.
I think there's gonna be a lot of upset people. I think this is gonna upset the apple cart. I think this was the dumbest fight that they can make for AJ. Like I like AJ. I want AJ to win. I do. I truly like the fight that I want to see more than any fight is Deontay Wilder versus Anthony Joshua. So I don't want nobody to upset that. But I'm just looking at this analytically and logically. If a 6'2/3", 220-pound southpaw whooped you like that, what's going to happen when you fight a southpaw who's 6'6" and your same weight? He's your same height and same weight. Both y'all going to be 250. Both y'all going to be 6'6". He's still going to be southpaw, and he's still going to move like the little dude, like the middleweight.
You really think he has Usyk's skill?
I think he can move well enough that it will be like Usyk.
Wow. That makes one of us.
I'm telling you, y'all sleeping on Otto. Y'all are sleeping on Otto. That dude can box. The thing about it is, even if AJ wins, we're not going to see AJ versus Wilder. He's already said it.
Well, who said that?
They've already said it. He's going to fight Hrgovic for the mandatory. Or, excuse me, they're going to fight Hrgovic for the IBF title because it's going to be stripped from Tyson Fury and Usyk. The winner gets stripped.
Well, that'll be disappointing. I mean, well, damn, I was going to say the WBC, but nah, man. That's going to be disappointing.
The IBF is already
what's this talk that, like, they going to fight in March and shit? They're pretty much all they got to do is win this weekend.
The IBF has already said that when Tyson Fury and Usyk go for the rematch, they're stripping the winner.
Okay, I mean, but I'm just saying, but like with Joshua Wilder, I mean, it's like they said that the fights, all they got to do the fights in the deal.
Eddie Hearn has said numerous times that they would fight Hrgovic for the IBF title. AJ just did an interview yesterday talking about, if I had a choice between the heavyweight title or Wilder, I would pick the heavyweight title.
Okay.
The dude, I'm sorry, like I used to always think that it was Wilder ducking AJ, but as time has progressed and time has gone off, I really believe AJ does not want to fight him.
I mean, well, I disagree with that because, like, way back when it was Wilder, no doubt about it. I mean, you could say now. I mean, if you okay, you could say now if you choose to take that fight over the Wilder fight, and yeah, then he didn't want it. I mean, but way back when it was Wilder, that's why I always laugh because, like, it seems like Wilder is coming out. He's coming out saying a lot of funny stuff nowadays.
So this is my thing, AJ. I used to be on the AJ side. I used to. Wilder came out. AJ did an interview saying that if Wilder offered me $50 million, I'd fight him. Wilder comes out with a $50 million offer immediately. AJ turns it down. AJ then has Wilder in a meeting, or actually not AJ, but Eddie Hearn had him in a meeting for like $120 million for 2 fights with AJ and then a fight with Dominic Brazil for $20 million, right? And Wilder turned that down. So,
I mean, that $50 million was proved to be a hoax. I mean, that was coming from Frank Warren and BT, and that did you ever see that video where he confirmed that?
Yes, but the money was there.
But he still couldn't take it because it would have been on BT. So it's like, you know.
Well, he could have taken it.
I mean, if the money was coming from BT Sport, right? It would have been on the network, wouldn't it?
Yes.
So, but he at the time he fought for Sky, so he couldn't fight there.
Okay, how many times have we seen fighters on one promotional company that fight for one network cross over and fight on a different network against another promotional company?
We've seen it, but at the time he was contracted to Sky, so he couldn't leave and go somewhere else.
There's a lot of people contracted to whatever promoter or network, but yet they still cross over and fight on a different network.
I mean, but either way, I mean, it's like he made several offers too, while like not just that the zone deal that was worth over $100 million. I mean, it was a lot.
Read what Kelvin said.
Coming from Nigerian Prince. Oh shit! Nah, but like still, either way, you know.
I just look at it like this. To me, I was always on Anthony Joshua's side. I've got videos from way back saying that I thought Wilder ducked him. You know what I mean? I've literally got videos on my channel. But as time has progressed, true colors start to show. We could have got Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder right now on this fight card. But Joshua didn't want it.
You said Joshua didn't want it?
Yeah, he said that you got to see his interview. He fucking said that Wilder was an option, but whenever he went into the meeting, that they found that this was the better roadmap for him to fight fucking Otto Wallin. Like he literally said it out his mouth, but it's like I'm the only one listening. Nobody else is hearing this shit. Like
I haven't seen these interviews, so this is news to me. So
well, you got to look at the last couple of days, like either yesterday or the day before. He literally said he went into a boardroom and they said that this would be the better path for him, so he took this path. And the whole time, Deontay Wilder was yelling that he wants Anthony Joshua, but yet he's fighting Joseph Parker when he wanted AJ to begin with.
Well, he better stay focused on Joseph for now.
No, I got you. He needs to, because it's a fight that he could lose. He could definitely lose it.
I mean, I know you'll probably disagree, but I see out of both fights between both guys, I see the more losable fight for Deontay. I see that's the more losable fight for him, in my opinion.
Yeah, and obviously I disagree because I think Otto's going to beat AJ.
I wish I could bet you.
And it's gonna be really messed up if both of them lose.
Yeah, that'll be disappointed. Yeah, that'd be very disappointing. But part of me I wouldn't be laughing. That'd be messed up.
Well, it's gonna be real messed up because they could have fought each other this whole fucking time. They could have been fought.
I mean, it's funny when this whole card was announced. I said one change I would make: swap the main event and the co-main fighters. That's the one change. That's the one request I had.
So you mean AJ versus Wilder, Parker versus Otto?
Correct.
Yeah, I mean that still would have been a good card too. And then
Yeah.
it would have really been a pay-per-view worthy fight to have them two at the top of the bill.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Like,
I mean, it's kind of like this. This is just the whole nonsensical debate. It's like who ducked who. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like how with the Spence Crawford shit, for years. Like, oh, it's Bud ducking Spence, Spence ducking Bud, blah blah,
right.
blah blah blah, back and forth, back and forth. Same thing with this. No difference, really. I mean, like, we know we know facts. Maybe I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because we got to fight Spence Crawford. Now I just want AJ and Wilder to fight, so we can get that out the way. So
I want them to fight too, but if one of them loses, it's over. They're not going to fight. I mean, maybe they will. If they both lose, maybe then they fight. But then who really wants to see the battle of the two losers?
Correct.
I mean, I don't know. Like, this is my problem with boxing. This is why boxing is dying, because of shit like this. Like, the fights that people really want to see, nobody gets to see it when these guys are in their primes. It's always way late. 5, 6, 7 years later. Like, I blame this shit on Mayweather. Mayweather started this bullshit. And I don't even understand it because both these guys have got losses. They ain't even protecting their O's or their titles. Neither guy's got a lossless record, and neither guy's got a fucking title to lose. So why not just fucking fight?
That's true. I mean, this should have happened way back when they were both had belts and undisputed.
Fucking undefeated, but they over marinate, and what ends up happening? Showtime has to shut the door. HBO has to shut the door. Way back, whenever I'd have been real little, you would have been real little. USA had to shut the door because they had like Tuesday night fights or whatever the fuck it is that you can watch on YouTube.
Yeah, Friday night fights is gone too.
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing about it. Like, all these things that used to back boxing for all these years are all shutting their doors. And it's because boxing is no longer a top 10 global sport. It's fucking slowly eroding and dying to where, like, casuals don't even know who half these motherfuckers are.
Now Showtime is gone. They just closed the door.
Yeah. And it's because we never get the fights that need to be made. And if it was back in the day, the best would always be fighting the best. There would rarely ever be an undefeated fighter because they're always fighting each other.
That's facts. That's true.
But, that's not the era we live in. We live in the post-Mayweather era where, belts
everybody always
matter.
wants to. They just have to protect those, and even when they don't have a no to protect, they still want to protect their one loss or two losses, all that.
Yeah, I want to protect my two losses. What the fuck?
I mean, who comes to mind? What I said is like Isaac Cruz. It's like, okay, you got to. What the hell are you trying to protect now? Because, bro, you turned down several fights in the past like year or two. You know what I'm saying? You had several opportunities to fight. Other fight, Ryan Garcia. Nope, you didn't want that. Shakur Stevenson. Nope, you didn't want that.
You wanted Gamboa.
Yeah, he wanted him though. So.
And that's the thing about it, man. These dudes just keep ducking each other. Like, look at Tank Davis. Tank Davis ain't fought nobody since Pedraza, and I don't count Ryan Garcia because it was a catch weight and a rehydration clause. He got a depleted Ryan Garcia. Tank ain't been in a 50-50 fight since fucking Pedraza, and he's the biggest pay-per-view star of the lower weight classes.
Well, that's not about to change either, so.
No, it's not, but think about it. Could you name a 50-50 fight Tank has been in since Pedraza?
No, you're right. I mean, like, that's honestly, I count that as his best win on his resume. Honestly, really, I do.
That's crazy. Like,
and I don't really count Leo Sanders. Leo was just too small. That's all that was. So
yeah, like that. Well, look at Hector Garcia. That was another little man he pulled up,
and then didn't have to fight that nobody was asking for. I mean, most of his fights, like nobody. Most of his fight, like his last 5, 6, 7, 8 fight. These are all guys we didn't want to see you fight.
Right. Like, nobody wanted to see him fight Rolly. Nobody wanted to see Isaac Cruz. Like, fucking Cruz, that dude was a nobody till he looked good against Tank.
And that's it. And, like, he lost that fight, and now, like, now everybody knows who he is, or he thinks he's some kind of star or something like that, that thinks that gives you the right to turn down several fights after. It's like, bro, you lost against Tank, dude. For real. Because I wanted to see him and Ryan fight.
Look at this comment. Look at this comment right here. Out of all the fights on Saturday, which fight or fights do you think end with an upset? I think Arthur beats Beevil and Parker beats Wilder.
Oh, okay.
Arthur beats Beevil. That's a fucking quote right there.
Wow. You got to save that one. See.
Horse racing worldwide. I don't know, man. Maybe this man's been on the tracks gambling. He's got a high success rate. This might be a fucking Elon Musk right here, a multi-millionaire from these bets. Well, that's a billionaire, but whatever. No, I don't think Arthur could beat Beevil because, like I said, you may not know this, it looked like he had a leg injury because he was limping around the first press conference to the point of where the people who talk sports even asked him, "Are you okay?" So he said he'll be fine by fight night.
Okay, I mean, but he didn't say with the leg.
No, okay. He just tried to play it off like he wasn't limping.
Okay, that's a bit odd, but all right.
And then he's got Parker beating Wilder, which you said you believe is very possible.
I do, yes. I agree. I agree with.
Yeah, my biggest upset is I got Otto beating AJ. I really believe Otto's going to beat AJ. You trying to talk, Prodigal? We almost heard you.
Yeah, no, I was saying the same, yeah.
I didn't know Frank Martin ducked Shakur Stevenson.
Yes,
he did. I didn't know that at all. I missed that.
No, because check this out, because like the WBC ordered the fight, right? And it was all set to go ahead. They even announced it. Then literally like the 11th hour, Frank Martin, he pulled out. And it was officially off. He pulled out. He was pulled out of it pretty much. Then they went down to De Los Santos, and that's how that happened.
Yeah, I had no idea. I did not know that.
But Tony, you want to hear something funny? Like, did you see the fight with Shakur and Dillon? Did you watch it?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so post fight, Frank Martin tweeted something. He tweeted a food and a plate emoji.
But he didn't win the fight.
Exactly.
You could have fought him.
That's exactly what I said, bro. Bro, I wanted the tweet and go off. It's like, oh, this dude has got some nerve. Like, see, and that's why just shit like that. See, also like a lot of what these boxers do nowadays is like they duck their rivals and their contemporaries, right? But then as soon as they lose, let's say they lose and they get beat up badly, get knocked out, they tweet like they're the one to beat them. Like, oh, see, I'd have done this. Like, bro, why didn't you go do it then? Like, don't see. I can't stand that shit either.
They like to ride off the coattails of the other fighters. Hey, if y'all haven't done it, hit the thumbs up. Please hit the thumbs up. It helps me out on the algorithm. I need y'all to do it. But yeah,
they talk shit like they the one who did it. And they had the chance to fight, didn't do it. But then when somebody else does the work for them, then they get on that shit talking mode.
That'd be like that one homeboy that you have. You go in the bag, you smash a female, then you come out and be like, man, was it good? Was it good? Like, why you asking all these questions? Gosh damn, that's crazy.
It's kind of like somebody telling me stuff like, hey man, hey, yo, Alex, fucking once from him. Like, why? The hell you got to do with this?
But I think we're gonna end it here unless you got one more fight. I said one more earlier, but we could give one more.
What's next?
Let's go back to Tank Davis. Is he ever gonna fucking fight somebody?
No. Next.
Prodigal, what do you think about
that? Speaking of fights, we didn't talk about the Sonny Edwards fight.
Oh yeah,
we were totally wrong.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm gonna say this.
Could I start off? Right, you might.
Go ahead, because mine's gonna be controversial. I'm gonna have to say allegedly a lot when I bring my piece.
Okay, so I just want to point out that I was actually undecided on who would win this fight. I was going back and forth, but I went with Bam, and I decided to flip a coin to decide. The coin toss landed on Bam by way of knockout, and that's what happened. So
save that coin. Use that coin for every fight.
Oh, it's my lucky coin. I mean, see, the thing is, I've used it in the past. It's been right and it's been wrong. So even though like I had good luck with it this time, like in the past, it's been shitty on picks. So it's I don't know, it's so hard. So the coin is 50-50, literally. So yeah, but go ahead.
I'll let Prodigal go.
No, I felt the same way. I was totally wrong. I thought Edwards, had it. I thought he was a lot more craftier. But yeah, he hats off to Bam. He did it.
I'm gonna say this, and we'll say allegedly a lot. I cannot prove, and I am not saying that there was foul play amiss, but what I will say is I have never seen a fighter walk into the ring and look like he left the ring in a knife fight. Sonny Edwards had 4 cuts on his face. He had one above his eye, below his eye, on his nose, and above his other eye. I have never seen a guy diced up that much by just boxing gloves. If anybody can point me to a fight where they've seen another fighter diced up that much, cut that much from boxing gloves, I would love to see that fight. But in my opinion, this is the first time I've ever seen somebody cut 4 times. So
What are you trying to
I
say,
don't
Tony?
know. What's that?
What are you trying to say, Tony?
I'm trying to say I ain't never seen that shit before, and it just seems very off to me. Sonny
Who'd you have,
Edwards,
who'd you have winning before? What was your prediction?
I thought Sonny was gonna move around him, but he came with a bad game plan. He sat there and traded with him, and I don't know why the fuck he did that.
Which was foolish. I don't know why he was doing that. I mean, it was competitive. The first 4. The first 4 was competitive, you could say, but then like round 5 on, Bam just started to really break him down and get to him.
Yeah, and it looked like to me Sonny wanted to prove a point that he had punching power, that he could knock out Bam. It literally looked like he was trying to knock out Bam.
Yeah, but do you don't? That's not what you have. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was a.
I blame this shit on Clarissa motherfucking Shields. I blame it on her.
I know,
it's
right?
Her fault. It's her fault. Because you know what Sonny said?
She tempted Sonny with that with her
with them cheeks.
Yeah. I mean, hey, but I was rooting for Sonny though, man. I want to see the Jungle Fever 2 sequel. I want to see Jungle Fever 2. Man. So it is what it is.
She posed naked for that magazine. He seen them cheeks, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna win this one for Clarissa and get my date." And the whole time he was fighting, he's like, "I gotta impress her. I gotta knock this motherfucker out. I can't outbox him. She ain't gonna like that. She want to see a warrior. I'm gonna go kill this dude." And he got fucked up. Like, it's all her fault. Yeah.
But all in all, like, I was in a great fight by both guys. You know what I'm saying? Credit to both guys. They put on a great fight. I really enjoyed it. It was a low-key classic. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what we need. We need more undefeated fighters risking it in unification fights. You know what I'm saying?
No, I agree.
They set the bar. So glad they lived up to that.
I had something in my mind that I wanted to say, but I'm not going to say it because I know I have a lot of people who listen to me from the UK, and I'm going to keep it to myself.
You want to type it in the private chat?
No. You can say it.
What is it with UK fighters and quitting?
Oh, you know what? I thought you weren't going to say. I thought you were going to say something else. You want me to say?
No, I didn't want to ever say it. It seems like a lot of these UK fighters just quit.
Well, I mean, what do you want to hear? What I thought you were going to say?
What did you think I was going to say?
What is it with UK fighters always getting their ass whooped by Mexicans?
No. I wasn't even thinking that. I was just thinking about well, I mean, I guess that's true because the first one that came to mind was Billy Joe Saunders. I was thinking about how Canelo made him quit.
Canelo is the like glorified UK bum beater, man, or Euro bum beater actually. You should say he beat like what's this? Rocky Feldon first. Rocky Feldon, Billy Joe, Callum Smith, Liam Smith. Yeah, I think that's all. And John Ryder. Those are all the UK fighters.
Yep.
No, he didn't fight Kell Brook.
Oh no, it was Amir Khan. That's right.
Yeah. Amir Khan too.
Yeah. My bad. It was Amir. It was Triple G that broke Kell Brook's side. My bad. It was fucking Amir Khan. I was thinking
that's when Canelo should have fought Triple G. When Khan should have fought Brook.
That was the prime Triple G there. That was like Triple G at the peak of his powers.
He fucking highlight reel slept Amir Khan.
Actually, I think Triple G at the peak of his powers must have been David Lemieux, no?
Yeah.
Either David Lemieux or Gabe Rosado, one of those.
Let me see. Yeah, it was around that time. Yeah, that was when Triple G was at the peak of his powers. Let me see. What's his record? I want to see it was between.
I don't know. I don't know why. Like this was later in his career, but I always be thinking about Steve Rolls, how he knocked him out.
Yeah.
Like that knockout always stands out in my mind. I don't know why. But that was after the Canelo fights.
Mm-hmm.
He knocked out Willie Monroe Jr.
He made him quit. That's what happened. He made him quit.
He beat who was
Martin
that?
Murray.
Murray. He was like number 1 ranked in the UK at the time, I believe.
Yep, tough guy, durable. He just beat the brakes off him and just stopped him too. Then who else? Curtis Stevens. That was nice. I like that performance always. Curtis Stevens was talking hella shit.
Yo, my man had like a burial vigil for Triple G. Did you remember that?
That's what I was thinking.
Like a coffin with like a Triple G effigy in it or something like that.
R.I.P. Triple G.
Yeah.
I remember that. They're like when he dropped that look on his face, he's type of like, oh shit, what the hell? Like, see, that's what you get for talking shit, bro.
But Triple G, like, I don't know.
Do you see him now? They just had a video of him with him drinking like I guess he has like a drink over in Kazakhstan that he's as. He's definitely retired now.
I'm gonna look at a picture. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, he has like a little. They have a scene of him like in a supermarket, and he looks nothing.
He looks bad. What the fuck?
Yeah, he's never looked like that before.
Hey, buddy. I see him. He's like standing by his Triple G drink. Oh, it's like an energy drink.
Yeah. My man looking like the Stay Puft man from freaking Ghostbusters.
I don't understand how people let themselves go like that. Like, I don't come off all these damn surgeries.
Even if you're a boxer and you retire, like, you should still keep yourself in adequate shape.
They always do that. You know? Like, look at Ricky Hatton used to do that all the time. They have a meme of him calling him Ricky Fatten.
Yeah.
Kell Brook used to do that a lot too. I mean, even freaking Errol Spence, he wants to be eating that jerk chicken all the time. So
I mean, like I remember like after one of Frank Martin's last fight, Spence he looked like this was before the Spence Crawford fight. Like I think it was late last year. Like he looked like he was eating on the cheeseburger diet or something.
And then the notorious person who started it all, I think, was freaking what's his face? Why am I blanking on his name right now? He just fought in Jamaica.
Blown up in weight.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Car fighter.
Damn. Why am I blanking on his name? He's a former heavyweight, middleweight champ. He became heavyweight champ, but he was taking PED, so they stripped him.
James Toney?
Yeah, James Toney.
Good.
Tony always ballooned up in weight. Like after
always.
Roberto Duran too, yeah.
Yeah, Tony was
so these guys were like never like disciplined. Like in terms
I think even
of,
way back when he fought at middleweight, he was like in excess of 200 back then. So he had
of course. I mean, when your man's calling out talking about let's go to Burger King after the fight, that's all I need to take.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so these guys, I don't know. I don't know if Triple G is coming back now after looking like that. He's fully retired.
I mean, plus he vacated his belt, so I think it's only a matter of time before he has officially announced his retirement. But I don't know if he's trying to get one more payday or what. But I think he's pretty much done at this stage.
I mean, who's really gonna like? He's just gonna drop down to 160 again. I mean, unless he fights somebody at 68, and then that could be his retirement fight in his home country somewhere. But you know, that's what's the point, really? Because he already has like his two up and coming. Well, I mean, I guess at this point, Janibek is established with 2 belts. and then they have another Kazakh who's like #1, I think, in the WBC or something like that. Nursultanov, Miriam Nursultanov. So
I think he had a big one on record saying he doesn't want to fight Triple G. He said that in the past. Like, oh, he's my idol. He's my hero.
They consider themselves like brothers and stuff, so he wouldn't fight him.
Yeah, so that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, so I don't know who Triple G would fight for like his retirement fight. I mean, the highest he could really go out on is freaking this guy, the Japanese guy, Yoshida.
Yeah.
Because they were both gold medalists, Olympic gold medalists. So that's a pretty good way to go out. And it was in Japan. It's a pretty good fight to go out on. I mean, well, technically he didn't go out on that. I mean, he went out with the Canelo fight, but if he wants to have a W, then maybe I guess he should just get one more and that's it. But who's the proper like dance partner for that? Who has like the most high profile like name for him versus like monetarily, who can it be? I mean, will it be Charlo? Who knows?
Ain't no telling, boy. Hard to say at this stage. So I think
Eubank wanted to fight for a long time, but you know, who knows if that's happening.
But he had his chance to go.
yeah, he did.
I just got back. My bad. Eubank, that would be a huge fight financially if he wanted to go out. He would lose, but you know it'd be a big fight.
Eubank would lose, or Triple G would lose?
Triple G would lose.
You think so? You think he's that long in the tooth?
Did you just? You saw the picture you just showed.
No, I know. But maybe that's him, like, you know, trying to, because Billy Joe Saunders looked like that before, and then he fought Lemieux. You know, and so.
Yeah, but Billy Joe Saunders wasn't in his 40s looking like that.
That's also true. Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, hey, Billy Joe Saunders, you know, he comes from that community where they go hard. So him being in like his early 30s is more like him being 40.
Yeah, true.
Oh, let me end on this. And then we're gonna end it. Did y'all see the open workout today?
I didn't.
No, yeah, I didn't get a chance to.
Everybody did their open workout, but AJ. He didn't do anything.
I heard, yes, that I heard. Yeah, he didn't. Yeah, he just he gave it the showcase spotlight to some kids or something. So don't know what that's about. But.
Are you serious?
And he was flexing his muscles.
Oh, well, he's gonna do that. Well, that's crazy.
I went for a big surprise, or we just some shit. I don't know what the hell, but you know, yeah.
Is that something to hide? You think he's hiding something by not doing an open workout? Because you could just play around with it. You don't even have to do anything.
Maybe. I mean, maybe he did it already. And it just didn't feel like it. I don't know.
I think he about to get upset. I'm telling you, I see the writing on the wall.
Yeah,
and then you know what's going to happen? After he loses, he's going to retire.
Yeah, we'll see.
And then you know what's going to happen?
I gotta hit up this joint before they close.
Yeah, I'm about to hop off. I was supposed to end it like 2 hours. We're at almost 2:30. But I'm gonna say this: what's going to end up happening is he'll lose, he'll retire, and then what I said over a year and a half ago is going to come true. AJ is one loss away from retirement, and I'm gonna be proven right. Watch.
We'll see.
All right, appreciate you coming on. You have a good night. Prodigal, I appreciate you coming on.
Likewise, sirs. Y'all take it easy.